Part 32. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Qing Qian. Chapter 311. Nian Yan was stunned for a moment. Sister Qing, in fact, I can. What can I do? I fucking glanced at him lightly. Children, don't get involved in the affairs of adults. The trials will begin soon. Protect your hands. At this glance, Nian Yan instantly turned into a well-behaved high school boy. He took a few steps back. Why, are you afraid? Lu Mao sneered when he saw his action. It's useless to be afraid now, it's too late. And you ask someone to call a girl? Nian Yan, do you look like a man? Although the girl was wearing a mask, she could not see her face. But from the figure and temperament, it can be seen that she is definitely the school flower level. Nian Yan's relatives will not be so low in appearance. Little sister, what are you doing as a girl in a fight between men? Lu Moxon lit a cigarette. Why don't you stay with me for a few days and I'll let your brother go? How about that? Anyway, he and Ning Tingyi are also brothers and sisters, so it's not that important. Si fucking raised his eyes, with a sloppy expression and a lazy tone. I mean, you can go together. There was a moment of silence around. The bastards were all taken aback. Although they had not undergone any orthodox training, they were also born in black boxing, and they were full of tendons. A girl, let them go together? Okay, you have the guts. Lu Mao was provoked and clapped his hands. No one has ever dared to say a few words to me. If you don't need to go together, I can destroy you alone. Si fucking nodded slightly. Come one by one? One-on-one is also fine. Lu Mao smiled. I said, you don't really think you, poof. He couldn't finish what he said later, and the whole person knelt on the ground, spitting out the acid water in his stomach. You don't need to be beaten. Si fucking felt a little regretful. I haven't exerted any strength, so I'm still a thug. You haven't been trained. The little gangsters next to them were dumbfounded. Big brother. They didn't even see how Si fucking punched, and Lu Mao was already lying on his back. Oh, there are servants. Si fucking took back his hand. Since you like to come one by one, then come one by one. More than a dozen gangsters, that is, 10 seconds of effort, all fell to the ground. Screaming screams, twitching convulsions. Nian Yan, who watched the whole process. He began to wonder if something was wrong with his eyes. Why did he see Si fucking floating like that, and these people all kneeled? Could it be that the Xiangxia dramas have been filmed too much, and they have really become immortals? Did you see it? The fight is like this. Si fucking stepped on the green-haired sternum, unhurriedly, quick, accurate, and ruthless. Don't give the opponent time to fight back. If you meet again later, I will teach you. They don't have to be beaten. The next time you meet someone who can fight, you can watch it for a while. Nian Yan nodded numbly. Hearing this in the ears of the gangsters, it was even greater humiliation and fear. Just to use them to teach people how to fight? Bullying my brother. Si fucking exerted force on his feet. You can do that, how dare you? Lu Mao was in pain, and his whole body curled up, so painful that he couldn't even say the words to beg for mercy. Let's go. Si fucking clapped his hands. Don't tell my aunt about this when you get home, we'll learn secretly. Nian Yan walked home with Si fucking lightly. He looked at the dishes on a table, and his mood was a little gloomy. It seems he still has a lot to learn. After eating, Si fucking received a call from Sang Yanking. Ching, the director of Daxiatai has contacted me. Sang Yanking said, they have changed the main creative team of the show, and they have invited director Qin to shoot the film. The remuneration has mentioned 50 million for you. You can choose the group. Are you still going? Since it's director Qin, then I'll shoot. Si fucking lazily said, by the way, when director Qin arrives, you can give him a bottle of the quick-acting heart-saving pills I made. Sang yanking, it seems that you have a very clear position on your position. Everyone knows to prepare in advance. She returned Si fucking's answer to Daxiotai. After the director confirmed that Si fucking would attend the meeting, he was relieved and asked the operator to post on Weibo. At employee birth record, Daxiotai is very sorry for what happened yesterday. It was Daxiotai who used people improperly. Now all the planners and directors have been fired. It is a great honor to invite Mr. Si to return to the program group, and I look forward to the second cooperation between Mr. Si and Director Chin. As soon as this Weibo came out, netizens were stunned. The network even went down for a few minutes. Does this mean that Daxiotai opened the director and planning for Si fucking? Unheard of, there is no ancient person before, and no one will come later. Si fucking is awesome. What kind of god luck is this? Koi is worthy of its name. Let's not say it. I haven't worshipped it today, I will worship it first. I'm dying of laughter. I won't say who the show team slapped in the face. Can you see clearly that it was your sister who begged the show team to shoot? In turn, the show team begged her. Is it impossible to find alternative stars? Knowing this earlier, what did you do in the first place? It's my favorite face slap session again. Who's cool? I'm cool. The black fans and opponent fans who ridiculed Si fucking for being excluded from the program group can't come up with the next word, and they are as quiet as chickens. Someone was eliminated, but the director and planner, Si fucking, was invited back by Daxiotai instead. The face really hits hard enough. Jinxie never thought that in just one day's work, the change would be so big. She pursed her lips, and turned off her phone in dismay. Si fucking is just a traffic star. It is true that the popularity is quite high, but it will not influence the opinions of Daxiotai, right? Fortunately, Su Yang didn't read the private message, otherwise the private message she sent would be a joke. Jinxie's face flushed red, trying to calm himself down. Si fucking's return to variety shows is only good for her. She also wanted Su Yang to see how Si fucking would make a fool of himself. Medicine is not for everyone. At the same time, the official Weibo of the crew of Devil also released the full version of the theme song, sung by Xiaoyu and Su Yang. Just an hour after its release, it has already smashed the charts of major music platforms. The number of downloads quickly exceeded 1 million. Awesome, Xiaoyu and Su Yang. Si fucking has no luck. She met Su Yang in a foreign bar and became Xiaoyu's teacher in youth, two of the few really powerful men in the entertainment industry, both of whom were touched by her up. Tang Daol is blooming. Once this theme song came out, another publicity expense was saved. Tang Haiqiu was really pleased. So much so that when director Chin contacted him, he even complimented Si fucking. Old Tang, I'm going to work with this girl again, Director Chin said. She didn't do anything to scare you when she was filming, right? Yes, Tang Haiqiu said slowly. She let gods know, and then it fell. Director Chin. This agent can't remember the metamorphosis, and he will play the role of Feng Shui master? Chin Dao hung up the phone with a heartless heart, stabilized his heart, and arrived in Ankan the next day. Hey, Director Chin, what a coincidence. Si fucking personally brought him to the studio. I talked to Director Tang about you 2 days ago. Thank you for recommending me to act. I didn't expect us to work together again so soon. Director Chin. Can he say he doesn't want to take the show? He didn't know about the rest, he only knew that his heart was going bad again. Then what? I don't ask for anything else. I beg you to keep some. Chin Dao's hung was unlovable. Let others have room to play, don't be too arrogant. Si fucking gave an okay gesture. I understand very well. We use money to do things, and everything is up to you. Director Chin remembered the scene where Si fucking ties the python with a bow. I don't think you understand. You guys talk. Sang Yanking brought 2 glasses of water. I'll go do something else. She goes to the next room. Sister Sang, it is estimated that my fans can't sit still anymore, so I released this video. The new media promotion point opened a short video. It should be an interview on the day of the National Drama Festival. Sang Yanking looked over. The interview was with Tong Luyun. I heard that teacher Tong has a new drama coming up. It has been more than 3 years since your last drama. Fans are looking forward to it. In the picture, the reporter asked, Mr. Tong has not been in the TV drama circle for a few years. A lot of juniors have emerged. Does teacher Tong know that the nation's first love is Byungzi, and does Daxia Shinyan Sci-fi still exist? Don't Youngzi? Never heard of it, Tong Luyun said indifferently. Sci-fi, that variety show. The interview has been a little vague so far, but it can be judged who it is. It is an insult to say the word variety show like this. Tong Luyun made it clear that Sci-fi could only shoot variety shows, and nothing else. The interview has been played more than 3 million times. Tong Luyun's status is there, and her evaluation is also very professional. Sci-fi's fans have decreased. Sang Yanking's heart cooled little by little, and she sneered, some people can't even be a variety show artist. If they like to mess with our family so much, I can just sit back and ignore them? Yuji, right? Just invite one of them. Come. The new media publicity meeting, and immediately contacted the media that had good relations with the studio. Soon, a new interview was released. This variety show also requires conditions. You can catch the stocks, you have the strength, you can't have any of them, and only if you don't have one, will you be jealous of others. Sang Yanking smiled at the camera, I don't judge the others. Everyone is welcome to watch The Birth of an Employee, and you can look forward to it. The 2 interview videos were edited together and forwarded by major marketing accounts. After holding back for a day, Mosi finally raised his eyebrows. Sister Sang is so beautiful, think variety shows are so good. Over the years, there have been hundreds of thousands of variety shows, and I have never seen anyone who has become so popular with Sci-fi. And all the variety shows that Sci-fi participates in require strength. 66 Days of Survival was really trying to survive. Yuen Heping, a martial arts actor, was so tired that she was out of breath, and she walked the whole journey with ease. Can Tong Luyun say something wrong? She is currently a variety show artist. Dragon Crossing has not been released yet, so it is not appropriate to call her Xiahua. Laughing, Tong Luyun's variety show is really not a malicious insult. Will you respect people? Tong Luyun has a straight temper. She has always been outspoken. Sang Yanking is too much anyway. Tong Luyun was also brought by you are too partial. As said by the former agent, Tong Luyun's face is very clean. I declare that Sci-fi has won this match. Netizens are waiting for Tong Luyun's response. But after a day of waiting, it didn't come, and it went away again. Tong Luyun was very angry, but Sang Yanking had a kindness for her, so it was not easy to tear her face. She really doesn't like Sci-fi, but that doesn't mean someone can push her out. Check it out for me, Tong Luyun said coldly, who released this interview. If you find it, give it to me. In the afternoon, at Angkor Airport, a man who looked like a monk walked out of the lobby. It's the Master of Lights. In front of him is a billboard by Sci-fi. He stopped. No wonder, the birthdays are the same, the 8 characters are the same. Master Mingdeng was calculating quickly, his eyes became colder the more he counted. To use such a despicable method to snatch other people's chi to nourish himself is so vicious. He is not like those ordinary people who can only see things that float on the surface. This kind of luck is very mysterious and mysterious. Everyone's luck is different, but it is predestined from birth. Whether it is career or longevity, it is closely related to luck. Especially business. Master Mingdeng has a great reputation, and he has fortune-telling for many people. He has also seen many well-known stars in the entertainment industry. These stars changed their names, or moved knives on their faces, but they were actually for transport. The flow of fate is uncontrollable. But such as Onmyoji, Taoist monks, Gu masters, etc., can change their fate by controlling their laws. But in order to snatch other people's luck in this way, even Master Ming Deng can't stand it anymore. This is sorcery and is forbidden. No wonder Ji Qinggui's body suddenly deteriorated and he vomited many times. Once this luck is taken away, the body's feedback is the most obvious. If things go on like this, the luck will be lost, and death will be easy. Since he has encountered this matter, it is impossible to sit idly by. Don't get stuck with you today, the two will update together. See you tomorrow. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Qing Qian. Chapter 312. He was still in the cultivation stage and needed more merit. After solving the calamity, his merits will deepen, and his practice will be smoother in the future. He'll make a move. Master Minglan frowned. Seeing people stop in front of the billboard to take pictures from time to time, his heart sank little by little. He still realized it was too late for this vicious man who stole his luck to thrive in the entertainment industry. People's luck is inherently destined, but popularity is an important existence that can change the luck later. No matter how high the popularity is, it will rise to the power of belief. Such was the case with ancient emperors. Like Emperor Yin. Born to be a person of great luck, and to unite people's hearts, to lay the foundation of the great Xia dynasty for all ages, the power of belief can be said to be extremely huge. Master Ming Deng snorted coldly, waved his hand, and the advertising screen in front of him went dark. Holding a Zen stick in his hand, he didn't even look at the surprised and awe-inspiring eyes, and went straight out of the airport. Sci-fi studio is here. The second cooperation, both sides are indeed very familiar with each other's style. As a gift, Director Qin received a quick-acting heart-saving pill carefully packaged by Sang Yanking. The stage said that there are 3 groups for you to choose. Director Qin held a quick-acting heart-saving pill. Which group are you going to go to? The art group is indeed the best choice. Hearing this sentence, Si suddenly raised his hand. I have a serious question. This sentence did not feel good to Director Qin. His eyelids jumped, and his tone was as kind as possible. You say it? If I choose one group, that's one paycheck. Si snapped his fingers. If you choose 2 groups, it counts as 2 paychecks. Am I right? Director Qin. Sang Yanking, what are you doing? So Director Qin, look, can I apply for both the art team and the medical team? Si was calm and righteous, then give me 2 paychecks? You know that I can support many people by myself, this is not helping you. Save money. Director Qin. He took a few breaths slowly and swallowed the Suxiaojuxin pill he was holding, his hands still shaking. But this medicine is really effective. Director Qin felt that his psychological endurance was stronger. Why don't you report the legal affairs? Si snapped his fingers lazily, because I'm a rough guy who can do things and never speak. Director Qin. He definitely shouldn't think his heart can get better. Seeing, you are the uncle, I will listen to you. Director Qin was very tired. Do you want to shoot medicine or art first? Also, I am very curious, how did you meet President Gu? Everyone in the art world knows how inaccessible Gu Huiyan is. How many people wanted to worship him, but they didn't even have the chance to meet him. I don't know either. Si stroked his chin. I was filming a promotional video. I just squatted on the ground and played with ants for a while, and was called up by Gu Lao's secretary. Director Qin looked at Sang Yanking with a stiff expression. Sang Yanking was also numb. I didn't take over at that time. By the way, do you know this person? Director Qin wiped his sweat and took out Bai Jingxi's information. She asked the former production team to transfer you to the medical team, saying that she wanted to get to know you. Si glanced at him. I don't know. I don't think it's good intentions for you, otherwise there's no need to deliberately ask you to adjust the team. Director Chin nodded, but she has her back to the Lee family, and she is Lee Yanshin's girlfriend. You should pay attention when the time comes. Si nodded, I will definitely do what I can. Seeing that Director Chin didn't understand, Sang Yanking specifically explained, it just means trying not to ruin the other party. Director Chin. He stood up expressionlessly, still preparing to go to the hospital for a cardiopulmonary appointment. After the discussion between the two teams, the birth of a staff program team re-released the guest list on Weibo. Studio reposted this Weibo. Netizens noticed that both the art group and the medical group had the name of and asked in the comments if they made a mistake. The official Weibo responded with a no. Only then did netizens realize that after the production team of the birth of a new staff changed, both groups asked to sign up. I thought she would choose art again, why did medicine still stay? Si is actually a working emperor, he is working like crazy. Don't say the show crew is stupid, I'm stupid too. To be fair, people's energy is limited even if the filming is done in installments, a lot of things need to be prepared. Is Si really busy? Don't be indifferent to everything, it is better to concentrate on preparing one. She said with a trembling voice. She also signed up for the Oracle Professional League, not only for this job. Netizens. The official website of the Oracle released the list of 256 teams in the Daxia District trials this morning. The end of the trials is the rematch, and the final is in May. It takes a lot of energy to make it all the way to the finals. Ji's house here. Ji Boyan has also been staring at the selection list. When he saw that the captain of the Wuzhu team was not Jingzhou, but Si, he was stunned. What's going on? The special assistant reported, it was found that Si bought the Wuzhu team and recruited a few people, so the Wuzhu team can re-enter the trials. Si, Ji Boyan frowned. Oh, I remembered, she is the spokesperson of the Oracle, she is very beautiful, why did she suddenly buy the Wuzhu team? I can make the Wuzhu team stand up completely. If Jingzhou disobeyed him, of course he would destroy it. The special assistant asked, what do you mean, young master? She seems to have a hand speed of more than 340 in the Star League, Ji Boyan squinted, it's not too good to see. What kind of professional game is she involved in as a spokesperson, and she has to fight against me? If Si was just an ordinary star, he would have let people do it directly. But when the Oracle is involved, things get a little more difficult. She should form a team just for fun, not for lack of money. Ji Boyan pondered, so, take someone to Ankan and ask her if she wants to join the Galaxy team, I can provide her with contacts, there are many women in the Galaxy team, you can also have fun playing. He knows several third-tier stars in the circle, and their annual income is tens of millions. Si current position cannot be described in a few lines, because she has no works yet. But being the dual spokesperson of RM and Oracle, her commercial value has jumped to the forefront in China. Revenues are in the hundreds of millions. Comparable to the average nouveau riche. If you can make it to the finals, there will be hundreds of millions of bonuses, but no one has broken into the Daxia empire for so many years. In the early stage of esports, more funds will be invested, but the bonus will not be obtained at that time, and the loss will outweigh the gain. Ji Boyan believed that if he was just playing, Si would abandon the Wuzhu team. A star must be very interesting, and will not meet with the Ji family for the sake of Jingzhou. The special assistant nodded and went down to prepare. Late at night, Si took advantage of Sang Yanking's inattentiveness, quietly took a few bottles of wine and went to the wild. Yu Zian was waiting on the bench. Seeing her coming, he glanced at the wine in her hand, forgot that you can't drink. It's not impossible. Si pointed his little finger, it's just that my destructive power is a little stronger after drinking, but boss, You are worthy of being a boss, you can calm me down without knocking me out, so you stay with me. Have a drink. Oh, Zion raised her eyebrows, not in a hurry, it seems that you called me out just to drink, tool person. Of course not. Si fucking look serious, I want to report to work. I can get 80 million yuan this time, and I will share half of it with you boss. Zion was silent for a moment. He couldn't help thinking of what Yu Tang had said to him a long time ago. When a person who loves money very much is willing to share money with you, it must be true love. Although it is pocket money cheating, it is indeed very reasonable. But he looked at her clear and bright eyes, but found that any reasonable words became unreasonable to her. Not enlightened. Si fucking held his chin and blinked. You don't believe it, do you? Zion retracted his thoughts and smiled lightly. As long as you say it, I will believe it. Drink it if you want. Si fucking decisively opened 2 bottles of beer. Then I'll drink it myself. You don't drink. Zion raised her head to look at her. I mentioned it once, you remember it clearly. The first rule of good employees is to remember the boss's preferences. Si fucking drank a bottle. I am the best at dedication. Zion said nothing, just watched her drink. She had a good drink, drank 5 or 6 bottles in one go, and then began to repeat the previous process, posing as a plant. She was very well behaved after drinking. The destructive power is also really strong. It can directly destroy a small forest in the Principality of Miston. The night was quiet. Zion sat quietly for a while, took off his suit jacket and put it over Si fucking. He also closed his eyes and stayed by her side. At the same time, Master Ming Deng also found where Si fucking was. There were originally few people in the middle of the night, but it was too far here, and no one else was there. Master Ming Deng turned his head and saw a man and a woman in front of him. He frowned. There are people around this calamity, and he is not easy to take action. This matter involves supernatural events that are not accessible to ordinary people. This time, he tried his best not to let ordinary people find out. Master Ming Deng was going to wait until Si fucking placed the order. He set the stick aside and sat down cross-legged. But just as Master Ming Deng sat down, Zion paused while holding Si fucking's arm. The visitor is a guest, so why shrink your head and tail, he said lightly. Since you're here, why don't you come out for a gathering, maybe you and I can be honest with each other. His tone was calm, but his words were forceful. Obviously the statement is neither high nor low, and the deterrent is also very strong. Master Ming Deng Huode got up, and his expression suddenly changed. He has practiced for more than 70 years before he can preside over Guanghua Temple. Of course, Master Ming Deng knows the existence of evolutionaries and onmyoji, and he also clearly knows that he is a physical practitioner, and he can't compare with these talented people. But it's not something ordinary people can find. Since Your Excellency insists on hiding and doesn't want to show up, Zion slowly opened her eyes, her light amber pupils were cold. Then I have to do it myself. SHH. The folding fan in his hand suddenly opened, and 12 silver spikes flew out instantly. The speed is so fast that only after images are left in the air. The silver spikes came through the air, and even the air made a tearing sound. Master Ming Deng almost didn't react. When he regained his senses, the 12 silver spikes had already arrived in front of him. He was shocked, and immediately raised the Zen staff in his hand. But the strength of the silver spikes was too strong for the Zen staff in Master Ming Deng's hand to resist. In a panic, he rolled on the ground a few times before he could barely escape the attack of the hidden weapon. SHHHHH. 12 timber spikes sank into the ground around him. Master Ming Deng looked down and his pupils contracted violently. Could this kind of hidden weapon technique be the Mo family? Has this calamity hit the road of the Mo family? How much luck did this plunder Ji Qingwei? Master Ming Deng stood up with difficulty, holding the Zen staff. Although he avoided the hidden weapon, but in the process of dodging, he also had a lot of scars on his body. Very embarrassed, where is there a little bit of the appearance of a monk? Master Ming Deng took a few breaths before looking up. Your Excellency. The man sat quietly on the chair, he hugged the girl with one hand and protected her head with the other. And put on her earplugs and hat very carefully. His long and narrow Rufeng eyes were slightly raised, and his aura was natural, killing, and fierce. Master Ming Lan was horrified. You don't even have to do the math, you can see it. Because the man's chi is too strong. He was just sitting here, and there was a steady stream of chi gathering towards him. This is not the luck of others, but the power of faith transformed from a certain level of popularity. Zai Wei's luck, the Emperor's destiny. Good morning, new week. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Qing Qian. Chapter 313. Master Ming Lan suddenly changed color. Is there such a fate in Anken? No, it should be said, now there is. Ming Deng immediately put his hands together and respectfully said, Ba, since the donor is Zai Wei Xing's reincarnation, why should he help Zhou and protect this calamity? He was entrusted to take care of Ji Qinggui, how could he see Ji Qinggui being plundered to death? It should be Ji Qinggui who can attract Zai Wuxing. Yu Xian's expression was still calm, but his aura became more and more powerful, and it was as terrifying as the still water. He slowly said, I don't want to know what you're talking about, but you made her rest after arguing. The man folded the folding fan, and the silver needle that submerged in the ground flew up again and returned to the folding fan. But the next second, the folding fan was opened again and rotated out. Like a blade, where the folding fan passes. Master Ming Deng couldn't dodge again, and the cassocks were all torn apart. There was finally a bit of fear on his face. What kind of hidden weapon is this? Although the three aristocratic families are still strong, they are indeed not as strong as they were at their peak 1,000 years ago. Because a lot of technology is lost. He went to Zhongzhou for alms and met the Mo family, but he had never seen such a powerful and varied hidden weapon. Yu Xian didn't say a word, he raised his hand, and the fan returned to his palm. At this moment, Sci-fi suddenly pushed him away and straightened up. Yu Xian's eyes narrowed slightly, and he grabbed her shoulder with his hand. But in the next second, his arm shook slightly, and after a moment of numbness, he loosened. Sci-fi showed no expression, she raised her hand, clenched her palm, and made a fist. Then move. He directly attacked Master Ming Deng. The demon girl, you are still stubborn in front of the Buddha. Master Ming Deng's face sank. Even if Zai Wei Xing is here today, it will not be able to protect you. He picked up the meditation stick, muttered words in his mouth, and began to squeeze the talisman with the other hand. But in a moment, Sci-fi had come to him. Boom. Just one punch. Crack. The Zen staff broke instantly. Immediately afterwards, a clear bone crack sounded, and Master Ming Deng flew out uncontrollably, breaking the tree behind him. He fell to the ground, Wow spit out a few mouthfuls of blood, and his expression was full of shock. Ji Qinggui is a genius that has been hard to see for several years, but his body is weak, and his force value is definitely not there. This demonic girl was able to knock him out with one punch. Could it be that she plundered the luck of more than one person? Master Ming Deng didn't have time to think about it. Sci-fi came to him again, and punched again. Boom. 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 Master Ming Deng couldn't bear it any longer, and passed out. Sci-fi looked at his empty hands, and after a few seconds, he squatted down again, and hugged his knees with his hands. Yu Xian raised her eyebrows, he stepped forward, stretched out his hand and pulled up Sci-Fucking, who was squatting on the ground. No pull this time. He bent down patiently, and gently arranged her hair. What is it this time? It's so heavy. Sci-Fucking buried his head. Today is a peach tree. Sweet, super delicious. Uzion was silent for a moment, then whispered, how do I know if it's sweet or not? Sci-Fucking scratched his head, have you tried it? She handed him a hair. Uzion then asked, anyone you like? Sci-Fucking was still squatting on the ground. Yes, I am raising a child. He is really cute. I liked him very much before I met him. Uzion's eyes dimmed. He had heard Yu Tang mention that today's young people like to play all kinds of development games. Yu Tang was playing. He calculated the people around her, but he neglected that the game was also the culprit. Uzion's eyelashes drooped. This kind of game should be played less in the future. No, no, Sci-Fucking hugged his leg, I must raise him. You won't understand this sense of achievement, super happy. Uzion paused, then suddenly smiled, it's not that I don't understand, I'm really happy after growing up. Won't the peach tree go home? Sci-Fucking hesitated, then stretched out his hand, go home and sleep with more peaches. He held her hand and glanced at Master Ming Deng, who had passed out, with no excess emotion in his eyes. Then he slowly turned on Sci-Fucking's mobile phone and dialed the emergency contact number. Ujian was flying at the bar, and suddenly received a call, thinking that something terrible had happened, and immediately dumped the handsome little bartender. Borrowed another car and drove to the edge of the woods. When she saw that the surrounding trees were broken, and there was a bald head lying on the ground. Tsukishima. She probably knew what was going on. She looked at Uzion and said politely, this is. Last time you were here, you have experience. Uzion took it easy, she fell asleep, I'll take her back to rest. Moon's eyes narrowed. As a spiritual evolutionary, she possesses the ability of telepathy. The strongest psychic can directly read the memories of others, plunder the thoughts of others, and control the actions of others. Of course, her abilities are not yet that high. But she can also spy on the minds of others. Even the big brother and the second child will fall for her when they are not paying attention. However, she couldn't see through the man in front of her at all. Seeing him like this, she seemed to have seen through everything. But Uzion didn't say anything else, hugged Sci-Fucking and left. Dead bald donkey, disturb my rest. Ujian kicked Master Ming Deng on the ground, I hate you people who recite the scriptures the most, Nian Nian Nian, just like a crow. She took a snakeskin bag from the car, put it on Master Ming Deng, threw it into the car, and dealt with the scene of the incident before driving away. At 3 in the morning, Nian Ting Chu and Ye Zhenmian both fell asleep, and Uzion sent Sci-Fucking to the studio. Sang Yanking hadn't rested yet. She stepped forward, what's the matter? I fell asleep. Why is my face so red? Can't drink. Well, Uzion said, she is already asleep, let her have a good rest. He dumped Sci-Fu onto the bed, took out a tissue and lifted her to wipe the sweat from her head. Sang Yanking. She couldn't see it anymore, she was a fool. However, she felt that the only one who could suppress her artist was the one in front of her. At this moment, Uzion raised her head and said in a cool tone, you have been following her, has she met anyone else? No, but there are indeed many people in the circle who want to chase her. Sang Yanking thought for a while, Mr. Yu, you also know that Ching Ching is really beautiful. Before the National Drama Festival, many teams of male artists issued red carpet invitations. Sci-Fucking wanted to auction this spot, but was stopped by Sang Yanking in time. Making money isn't like that. Let her pay attention to her body. Uzion said lightly, the preliminaries of the oracles are very easy. You don't need her to play, and that variety show is easy for her, just relax. I know, Mr. Yu. Sang Yanking nodded, I will definitely remind her. Uzian pressed the quilt for Sci-Fudian again, and then left. The next day, noon. Si fucking rubbed his head, sat up, and stared at the TV in a daze. Awake, Eugene knocked on the door and came in. Drink some salt water when you wake up. Third senior sister, I drank yesterday. Si fucking took the cup. It's good to have the boss here, I can drink it with confidence. Eugene was silent for a while. Yeah. She knows. Or the mess she cleaned up. She hasn't finished flirting with the handsome little bartender, although she can't remember her face. Did I beat someone? Si fucking moved his hand, thoughtfully. I felt very happy and refreshing yesterday, but I shouldn't have gone berserk with the boss here. Eugene thought to himself, not only did you beat a bald donkey, but you also beat him up until now. Facts have proved that even if the little junior sister's strength has not recovered, her force value still explodes after drinking. But it's not a good thing to run wild often. Yesterday, she and Uzian rarely had a common view on the same matter. Si fucking drinks alcohol at most once a month. For her health and for the safety of others. Eugene sighed and recounted what happened yesterday. You told me that your luck was plundered, and this bald donkey came to you again. I'm afraid it has nothing to do with it. Huh? Si fucking narrowed his eyes. Where is he now? It's thrown in the basement. Eugene yawned. I haven't woken up yet, so you're not light. Wait for me to wake him up. Si fucking simply cleaned up and called Jingzi. 20 minutes later, when Jingzi arrived, he was quite confused. What bald donkey? How could someone from Buddhism steal your luck? No, they value merit more than anything else. Go and have a look first. Si fucking put on his coat and said lightly, I was drunk yesterday, I don't even know about it. The two went to the basement. The basement was dark and cobwebbed. Master Mingden was casually thrown into the corner by Eugene, with injuries all over his body and shabby robes. Jingzi's mouth twitched, and he stood a little further away in fear. Can you beat people up like this when you're drunk? Isn't it scarier when you're awake? I don't know how he died. Si fucking stepped forward and forcibly poured a medicine into Master Mingden. The medicine took effect very quickly, that is, within a few seconds, Master Mingden moved his hand and became conscious. Jingzi came over and said, Brother, what medicine are you feeding? You are not really a genius doctor, are you? Don't talk about that yet. Si fucking raised his hand. Look at him first. Jingzi looked at Master Mingden carefully, and tisk was surprising. This old monk has a good cultivation base, a lot of merit, and he has a strong body protection, and most people can't get close to his body. You were able to make him yesterday. Beat it like that. Master Mingden was confused and opened his eyes with difficulty. When he saw Si fucking's face, he was about to explode in an instant, but he had no action at all. You demon girl, Master Mingden spat out a mouthful of blood. How dare you be so arrogant when you steal someone else's luck? If it wasn't for another person of great luck protecting you yesterday, you would have died long ago. He hasn't figured it out yet. Crepe myrtle luck, Emperor fate. Such a destiny should not exist now. Maybe there are a lot of people who have the luck of crepe myrtle, but it is absolutely impossible for the Emperor's fate to appear, which goes against natural logic. But that's all there is to it. How could he be in sympathy with such a sinister and vicious person? Must have been deceived. You still understand a little bit of reason, not pretending to be a ghost. Si fucking nodded slightly. No wonder Guanghua Temple has been incense for decades, and you have contributed to it. Master Mingden sneered and his expression became arrogant. The poor monk has had a relationship with the Buddha since he was a child. When he was young, he was in Dongzhou for almsgiving. He was taught by Senior Ji Mingtai to enlighten him. A demon girl who used a sinister method to plunder other people's luck, also walked in a crooked way. If the Ji family encounters it, they will definitely be cut off on the spot. It's a pity that he was not good at learning, and he was beaten like this. It's also the master of the poor monk who is not there. If he is there, you will definitely not be able to do evil. Master Mingdeng's eyes are cold. If you kill, the sin will be even worse. The Ji family will not let you harm Daxia. However, to his surprise, Sci-fi did not show any fear. She snorted with interest, then turned her head. When did your family still accept disciples from outside? It's okay to accept them. Such a poor academic? You can't see who is robbing whose luck. Ji Xingzi was stunned. I don't know, I wasn't born at that time, and my grandfather couldn't care about everyone. I'll call and ask later. Ji's 1,000-year-old family. Even if he retired decades ago, there are thousands of people in the entire family. Not to mention the collateral line, not even the direct line. As long as the Ji family's secret book is not passed on through the elders, they will not care. You ask, he just said his name is Ji Mingtai. Sci-fi nodded and looked at Master Mingdeng again. Your master is not here, but the young head of the Ji family is there. Rounding up is the same, what can you say? Talk to him. Their interaction is so cute. Mother's heart. The lottery list will be sorted out tomorrow, and the management will send it to the comment area. See you tomorrow. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Qing Qian. Chapter 314. Although Ji Xingzi is usually indifferent, it is undeniable that his talent in yin and yang and 5 elements is one of the best among his peers in the Ji family. Even though the Ji family is still fighting for power, Mr. Ji is in good health and has at least half a life left to live, and other branches of the direct line can restrain their inner desires. Ji Xingzi can have the final say on some major family matters, let alone a trivial matter. Master Mingdeng's pupils shrunk suddenly, his eyes were splitting, and he said angrily, "Demon girl, you are lying. You can also mention the name of the Ji family. In terms of comprehensive force, the Ji family is definitely the first of the 3 great families. After all, in the past, the ancestor of the Ji family burned his body with a secret technique, and with a wave of his hand, forced back the 100,000 army that invaded Dongzhou. It is difficult for ordinary people to imagine how terrifying it is to reach the peak on the yin-yang and 5-element path. After so many years, even the ancestors of the Ji family who had already won the title at that time have not yet achieved it. Why can't I mention it? If I don't change my name, I don't change my surname. The Ji family is the eldest of the 62 generations. Ji Xin knew that he was not happy. I'll call my grandfather. Forget it, don't call, let you get to know the real secret of my Ji family. He raised his hand to draw a talisman seal. After dozens of seconds, a phantom image appeared in front of him. A voice came from it. Stinky boy, what are you doing? You didn't see you contact me like this when Dongsang was chased and screamed. What happened? Are you going to die? Ji Xingzi jumped in anger. What nonsense, do you curse your grandson like that? I met an old bald donkey who claimed to be the master of our family, and pretended to be a fox and tiger in the name of our family. I ask you what you know. I don't know of one named Ji Mingtai. Just this trivial matter. Master Ji took a deep breath. You'd better not come back for a short time, I'm afraid I will beat you to death uncontrollably. On the ground, Master Mingden was already stunned, unable to hear a word. Thousands of miles of transformation like sound transmission. This is a secret method that the Ji family does not pass on. It is precisely because Emperor Yin has a powerful Onmyoji to follow, that he can control the battle situation in the 4 directions of the 5 states of Daxia in time. This secret method is recorded in ancient books. However, it is considered by historians to be the same as the Divine Medicine Alliance, an exaggerated writing of the deified Yinhuang and the 3 families and 4 alliances. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it. Master Mingden only felt that his eyes were dark, and blood kept flowing down the corners of his mouth. It's not that he is in a hurry, but that he is terrified. Me, I'm with my eldest brother. Ji Xingzi asked what he wanted and waved his hand. Okay, you can do it yourself. He ended the secret method in time before the roar of old Master Ji arrived. This secret method is actually useless in modern society. After all, mobile phones and computers are popular all over the world, and a video call is enough. In addition, this secret method consumes a lot of money, and he can use it at most twice in a short period of time. Like chicken ribs, it is tasteless to eat and a pity to discard. However, in an emergency situation where the signal is blocked, it is a lifesaver. I robbed her of luck. What did she tell you? I fucking said indifferently. Have you been living a good life with my luck for so many years? Ji's family wants to follow Ji Qingwei into Liberty Island. You can see if they can get in. It's absolutely impossible. Master Mingden was shocked, but he still refused to give in. Qingwei is because I saw it since I was a child. How could she rob other people's luck? If she did, how could her health be so bad? It's true that you're not good at learning. You never thought that it's because you can't bear the luck because you've robbed you, that your health is so bad. Ji Xingzi came over, but I can understand. I just asked my grandfather. This is what you said. Ji Mingtai, I've been hiccups for the past 2 years. Even when he was still alive, he was an outsider in our Ji family. What do you think he could teach you? At this moment, his mind was shocked, and Master Mingdeng spat out a mouthful of blood. His face was as pale as paper. You are talking nonsense. His master is obviously the elder of the Ji family. But Qin Li Huaxiang voice transmission can't be fake. Ancient books also recorded that only the bloodline of the Ji family could learn this secret technique. If you have a teacher, you will have an apprentice. Ji Xingzi clicked his tongue. You are as conceited as your master. Master Mingdeng's hands were shaking, and the veins on his forehead were violent. He is a disciple of the outer section. Although he accepted you as his apprentice, he did not go through the apprenticeship process of my Ji family. Ji Xingzi put his hands behind his back and said slowly, in this way, you are not even a nominal disciple of my Ji family, old man. Bald donkey, don't live in your own world as a frog in the bottom of a well, and still speak up here. He squatted down and patted Master Mingdeng's face. You are the one who helped Zhou to abuse. You dare to plunder the luck of the daughter of luck. The first few who did this will die, and they will be injured. I'm still waiting to see the next one. When the time comes to collect data for a report, my grandfather can also be happy. Impossible, Master Mingden murmured, as if thinking of something, and suddenly shouted, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. He looked at Si fucking stubbornly, spitting out blood continuously. It's you who stole Qingwei's luck. She has someone to protect her, and then you will definitely have retribution. You will definitely. Before he finished speaking, Master Mingden tilted his head and passed out. Ji Xingzi was astonished. The merits and cultivation are all abolished, which is quite miserable. The host of Guanghua Temple has become a waste. Whether it will wake up or not is another question. Check him. Si fucking narrowed his eyes. I thought he was helping the Ji family to steal my luck, but it seems that he was just in the dark. By the way, I asked my old man about Ji Qinjao. He said that you can rest assured in this situation. You don't have to do anything, and your luck will come back to you. Ji Xingzi said, but there must be some backlash. Yes, after all, she did use your luck. Si fucking nodded. Well, I'll help her then. The same is the daughter, but the attitude of the Ji family is very different. The Ji family is different from the Zhou family. The Zhou family asked the Onmyoji to transfer her qi to the entire family. But the Ji family was all devoted to Ji Qingwei. You don't have much luck on her, most of it is on Ji Qingwei this year. Ji Xingzi added, you accept yours, I'll check mine, and find out the mastermind first. I understand. Speaking of the last time I met a monk in Sijukan, I said that my boss and I have a lot of luck. Si fucking thought thoughtfully. Tell me, can I rub it off? His luck. Ji Xingzi thought for a while, there is such a saying, but first of all, you must have a high degree of fit, otherwise it will be a waste of time, and it depends on whether he is willing to share it with you. But what is certain is that the air luck person will protect the people around you, and the speed at which you can take back the air luck will be faster. Si fucking nodded, and after wiping her hands, she turned and walked out. Ji Xingzi wondered, why are you going now? Si fucking put his hands in his pockets and said calmly, go and rub my boss's luck. It's just in the afternoon. I'll invite him to dinner, so I should be able to rub a little more. Ji Xingzi. He bent down resignedly and lifted Master Ming Deng up. And the same moment. 49 cities, Guanghua Temple. Inside the temple where incense is worshipped. Several monks were cleaning, but saw the largest candle in the center flickering. After a few seconds, there was a click sound, and it went out directly. Why did this incense candle go out? A monk said in surprise, I have been in the temple for so long, and this incense candle has never been extinguished. There are rumors in Guanghua Temple that this incense candle is the incarnation of Master Ming Deng. As long as the Master of the Lantern is there, the incense candle can burn forever. When the incense candle goes out, doesn't it prove that Master Ming Deng has an accident? If something happened to Master Ming Deng, the incense in Guanghua Temple would be cut off. This is a big deal. Several monks panicked and did not dare to make assumptions, and hurriedly went to the first seat. On the other side, the headquarters building of Tiandi Alliance. President's office. President, Daxiatai changed the main creative team of the program group and invited Miss Si back. The middle-aged man was careful. Miss Si has signed up for both the medical team and the art team, but the medicine will be recorded first, and the art may have to wait until when in March. Gu Huiyan snorted angrily, okay, it just happens that the international tour will start in March. You can tell the program team that we can go abroad to shoot, and we must show them what is called Wanli. Zhongshan map. Scare them to death. The middle-aged man nodded, Miss Si is definitely the champion, and no one in the entertainment industry will question her. Si fucking was the only celebrity guest who served in both groups, and many people criticized her, waiting to see her jokes when the show was released. How can Gu Huiyan see it? He wants to correct Si fucking's name. Of course she is the champion. Gu Huiyan smiled. As soon as her embroidered picture came out, it was a blow to dimensionality reduction. Speaking of embroidered pictures, Gu Huiyan inevitably thought of Ji Qinggui's low-profile version, and his expression lightened. The middle-aged man observed his words and said at the right time, if the Ji family finds someone else to send their young lady's picture to the competition, it will be miserable. It's miserable, it has nothing to do with me. Gu Huiyan was lukewarm, but girl Si must feel disgusted, so I'll tell her about it. He slowly picked up the phone and contacted Si fucking. When Si fucking received the call, he just arrived at the gate of the training base. Elder Gu. I asked you to tell you about your embroidery. Gu Huiyan said, the Ji family also sent their lady's embroidery at that time. I thought it was good, but your courier arrived. I saw their home. That pair is your low-profile version. You really don't know her? It's too coincidental. Si fucking smiled, yes, there are so many coincidences. I guess the Ji family ran into a wall with me, but they didn't give up. They still found someone to send the embroidered pictures. Gu Huiyan said to comfort, don't be angry, with your embroidery pictures, the ones from the Ji family are useless at all. Well, I see. Si fucking lowered his eyelashes, thank you Mr. Gu, you have helped me a lot this time. After the call, she put her phone away and pushed open the door of the training base. The 5 states team is in a civil war. Seeing her come in, they all stopped. Miss Si, the trials went well. Jingzhou stood up, his expression faintly excited. We won both the 5v5 and individual competitions, and now we are tied for first place with several other veteran teams. Okay. Si fucking nodded, Don't be too public in the trials, I'm talking about you, Zhang Changfeng. Zhang Changfeng has no expression. I have already pressed my hand speed to 380, this is my limit, and I can't control it like you. The other players looked at each other in dismay. Is this the battle between the great gods? The door of the training base was knocked at this moment. A member of the team stood up and opened the door. Outside the door is a person who looks like a secretary, followed by two tall bodyguards. Jingzhou recognized that this was the person next to Ji Boyan, and his expression changed instantly. Miss Si, they are Ji's family, you. Before he could finish his words, she saw Si fucking stand up, a sullen look on the bottom of her pupils. She said lightly, I really can't hear the surname right now. Then, Jingzhou watched helplessly as the two bodyguards were kicked out by Si fucking, and the secretary was locked out. Other people. Zhang Changfeng remained expressionless. He was used to it. Outside the training base, the secretary was barely able to stand. He took a deep breath and contacted Ji Boyan, Master, we were kicked out before we said anything. She doesn't accept it? Don't accept it? Another tough guy, Ji Boyan frowned and sneered, now the stars really have some money, and each one is more arrogant. The Ji family is also a century-old wealthy family. To face the Ji family, it would be self-defeating. The Wuzhu team must not qualify. Ji Boyan was cold, give me the hands of Jingzhou and several other players, so that they can't participate in the competition, especially the new face. What is Zhang Changfeng called? Good morning. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Qing Qian. Chapter 315. Zhang Changfeng is a new person who caught Ji Boyan's attention. There has only been one tryout so far, and Si fucking, the captain, has not appeared. Ji Boyan watched the 5 state teams' trials, and it can be said that Jingzhou and this Zhang Changfeng won. Zhang Changfeng's talent in the game is definitely not weaker than Jingzhou. Ji Boyan has no intention of recruiting Zhang Changfeng. He put down his words early in the domestic esports circle, and no one was allowed to join the Wuzhu team and cooperate with Jingzhou. Isn't this Zhang Changfeng deliberately bumping into his muzzle? There are too many geniuses destroyed in his hands, and it doesn't matter if there are 2 more. I checked this Zhang Changfeng. The family is a farmer and farms the land. The secretary sent a document. There is a sister named Zhang Changning, and Si fucking used to be in a girl group. Farmers, Ji Boyan didn't care, want to take advantage of esports competitions to soar into the sky. It's a good idea, okay, do as I tell you, and don't let me see the Wuzhu team in the trial the day after tomorrow. Don't make too much trouble and kill people, just use your hands. Esports competitions are all about hand speed, especially for a difficult operating system like Oracle. If you lose your hands, naturally you can't participate. The secretary nodded and began to contact the professionals. He checked it out, and Si fucking was going to Machin tomorrow to promote the TV series with the Dumo crew. She's not here, it's a good chance to get off. Because Si fucking signed up for the 5th Oracle International Professional League, the star chasers in the entertainment circle became interested in the game. Fans originally went to see Si fucking to watch the Wuzhu team's game, but they were fans of the team. 3 minutes, I want all the information about this Zhang Changfeng. I deeply suspect that Si fucking is a face control, so Jingzhou will not talk about it. He was selected as one of the most handsome esports players last year. This Zhang Changfeng is not bad, especially this figure, it is really amazing, and there are also amateurs. Such a handsome guy, it's a pity not to enter the entertainment industry. Wait, this Zhang Changfeng is Zhang Changning's older brother, and their parents must be very good looking, so they can give birth to such good-looking brothers and sisters. Many netizens began to search for other information about Zhang Changfeng, but found that he did not even open Weibo. Netizens were very sorry, and they all went to Zhang Changning's Weibo, begging her to post more photos of her siblings' lives. Jiang's mother also watched Zhang Changfeng's game, and was very pleased. Look Lu Ying, we are all praising our son on the internet. Although he has a bad temper and a bad personality, he can't cook, but with his face and body, he should be able to do it well. I lied to a daughter-in-law to come back. Zhang Luiying nodded in agreement, but after listening to it, she felt something was wrong. Why do I think you are connoting me? It's not connotation, it's what it is. Jiang's mother squinted at him. You also have a little use for your face value genes. Fortunately, Miss Si is here, otherwise I'm afraid that little bunny will never find a partner in this life. Zhang Luiying. The door was knocked at this moment. Come on. Jiang's mother got up and went to open the door. Ning Ning came back today really. The last word early has not been exported. Mother Zhang looked at Su Yang, who took off her mask. Her brain suddenly crashed. Will her daughter bring a man back? The sun is out in the west. Hello, Auntie. Su Yang was polite. I'm Su Yang. Miss Zhang gave me snacks last time. Today's variety show recording is over. I'll send her back. Oh, Jiang's mother came back to her senses. Come in, she doesn't have no legs, what to give? Su Yang. Zhang Changning said indifferently, Mom. I mean it's too much trouble, sit down. Jiang's mother went to the kitchen and brought a few plates of snacks. It's all made by Ning Ning. Come, eat quickly. Zhang Changning's craftsmanship is indeed very good. In the past 2 years, in order to find Sci-fucking, Su Yang went to bars all over the Great Xia Empire and ate a lot of local delicacies, but he couldn't compare to Zhang Changning's craftsmanship. Thank you Auntie. Su Yang declined. I still have something to do, so I won't stay anymore. Stay, that's for sure. Jiang's mother smiled. Our village is relatively remote, we can't go out without anyone, and you're tired from driving all the way, so we should take a night's rest and wait until tomorrow before leaving. Come on, old ginger. Zhang Luiying was a little reluctant. Here. He took Su Yang to the guest room. Why did you suddenly cook for someone? Here, Mother Zhang pulled Zhang Changning. Do you have any other ideas? Zhang Changning was at a loss. I made it for SISI. She is SIC's younger brother. I saw him as pitiful that day, so I gave it away. Mother Zhang. I don't know who the EQ of this pair of siblings has been inherited. Can her grandson still be hugged? Mama Zhang was worried. It seems that only she can do it. The next morning, Sang Yanking came with a stylist early in the morning. She found that the assistant Sci-fucking found by herself was very capable. Especially the makeup technology, it can be said to be the pinnacle. It's just that sometimes people can't find them. But Sang Yanking can also accept it. It is hard to find assistants with so many functions. The important thing is that Sci-fucking listened to his assistant. Quick, I'm going to Machin today. Sang Yanking glanced at the time. When the roadshow is over, the final announcement will be made. It was released at the same time at home and abroad, and only Sci-fucking could rectify it. Sci-fucking let Yu Jian pull her up and press her in front of the vanity mirror. Sang Yanking answered the phone on the side. Well, I know, she smiled, but the smile didn't reach her eyes. Our development route is different from your artists. You said our interview video? I didn't target anyone, I just praised our artists for variety shows. Strong sense. In a few minutes, Yu Jian finished the makeup for Sci-fucking. Sci-fucking stretched his waist. Who is Sister Sang? Tong Lu Yun's team. Sang Yan said lightly, apologize to me and say that the video was deliberately released by a little artist from their company. The purpose was to let us fight each other, and now they have found this little artist, has asked her to apologize to you on Weibo. Sci-fucking said lazily, but she said it. So what are you playing with me? Sang Yanking sneered. When the time comes, the 2 TV dramas will be shown together and see who is unlucky. Saying that, she checked the follow-up announcement again. because Dragon Crossing was released on Xingguangtai, I picked you up for the New Year's Eve party of Xingguangtai. There are several male artists who want to invite you to walk the red carpet together. I know you're not interested, so I've already turned you down. Don't, Sister Sang Si fucking was eager to try again. You go to auction the position of my male partner, I think you can make a fortune. How easy is it to make money by walking the red carpet and singing a song? Sang yanking, are you serious? Of course Si fucking's expression was sloppy. And next time I go to the hot search, I can rent the hot search square as an advertising space and make a profit. Sang yanking. What level of money is this? This method can also be figured out. I still have to ask Mr. Yu for instructions on this matter. Sang yanking euphemistically, some money, it's enough for you to earn one person. Si fucking put on his coat, that won't work, it will make the boss bald. Sang yanking thought while calling. If you can get bald, you are amazing. At 11:30 p.m., on the Ankan side, Jingzhou and Zhang Changfeng went out to buy meals for the other team members. Now there are 7 people in the 5-state team, and the technical pillars are Jingzhou and Zhang Changfeng. Brother Zhang, did you meet Miss Si in real life? Jingzhou asked, did she startle you at the time? Zhang Changfeng himself is very similar to his style in the game. Jingzhou has also thought about what lightning looks like many times, and it is indeed too handsome. The atmosphere is also very strong. Kill a lot of small fresh meat in the entertainment circle. But Si fucking really has nothing to do with 9, and he is still in a trance. Scared Zhang Changfeng pinched his brows, I haven't calmed down since I met her. Miss Si is really amazing. Jingzhou laughed, being so popular as a star, you are still the number 1 player in the game. Zhang Changfeng had an indifferent face. The really powerful identities are not these two. The two came out after buying the meal and went back to the training base. When he reached the crossroads, Zhang Changfeng's ears moved and suddenly grabbed Jingzhou's shoulder, be careful. Jingzhou was stunned for a moment, but in the next second, Zhang Changfeng pulled him 5 meters away. And where they were just standing, a big truck hit him straight. With a bang, the poles were knocked crooked. A layer of cold sweat broke out on Jingzhou's back. Brother Zhang. If Zhang Changfeng hadn't held him back, he would be dead or disabled now. The intersection is small, and there are few people at this time. It's a good place to destroy corpses. Jingzhou's hands tightened. Brother Zhang, let's go. No, wait. Zhang Changfeng pressed a few times on the phone and turned off the surrounding monitors. Then he stepped forward and removed the door. There were 4 bodyguards dressed in black sitting inside, and the driver of the car had passed out. When several other sober bodyguards saw him, they immediately showed a fierce look, unfastened their seat belts, and took out the electric baton. The man in black at the head sneered, boy, you hide so fast, and you dare to take the initiative to send it to your door, not afraid of death. He raised the electric baton and smashed it straight at Zhang Changfeng's shoulder. Zhang Changfeng did not dodge or evade. The moment the electric rod touched him, it suddenly began to melt. The man in black hasn't reacted yet, the electric rods have all melted. Then he felt an unprecedented pain. He looked at his hands in disbelief, flesh and bones melting. Ah! The remaining 2 men in black were stunned. Immediately throwing the electric prod, it is necessary to abandon the car and run away. Before they could get out of the car, they were knocked unconscious by Zhang Changfeng. The surroundings were silent, and Jingzhou, who had watched the whole process, said in a difficult voice, Brother Zhang, Zhang. Zhang Changfeng said lightly, don't be afraid, there will be many things like this in the future. You can always use these things. I will find someone to clean up this place. He is also a professional. He sent a message to Shanglu with one hand, and handed Jingzhou a sachet with the other hand. Jingzhou took it in a trance, and before he had time to ask anything, he answered a phone call. He just heard a sentence over there, and his expression changed greatly. Jinlin and the others have an accident, let's go over. Ji Boyan's main targets are Jingzhou and Zhang Changfeng, and more people are sent to their side. The other players are not the point. But the people sent by Ji Boyan were insidious and ruthless, and several people from Yijinzhou were sent to the hospital. The hospital has issued a certificate that several people's hands have been damaged to varying degrees. The lightest is a bone fracture, and it is impossible to play again in a short period of time. It's bad. Jingzhou took a deep breath. We're the only two left, and Miss Si can't play tomorrow's game. Zhang Changfeng narrowed his eyes. He stood up and prepared to go back to Nanzhou. He did not take some medicines with him, and was still planting them in the fields at home. Just as he walked to the door was pushed open first. Jingzhou was taken aback. Miss Si. Why are you back today? Si fucking wiped the sweat from his forehead, and his voice was calm. Who did it? There won't be anyone else except the Ji family. Yi Jinlin was very fortunate. Fortunately, the captain is fine. Anyway, my game skills are the same. I can only play the trials. The final still depends on Miss Si. I'm used to getting injured when I was a kid. It's just a small injury, and I won't play professional games if it's a big deal. Jingzhou pursed his lips. Their main target is still me and Brother Zhang. Fortunately, Brother Zhang saved me, so I can survive. If there is no Zhang Changfeng, I am afraid that he will be lying in the hospital bed now, and it will be even worse. He stared at the sachet in his hand, and was lost again. What does Zhang Changfeng do at home? Si fucking nodded and said slowly, Ji's family. Her luck was on Ji Qingwei, and she had to keep it as a container. Others don't have this treatment. Looking for death, right? She accompanies. Xiao, Xiang commented on the lottery, pillow, GenXJ, canvas bag, Binjurl, Ziaha Danfang, tangerine oranges are super cute. Monthly ticket lottery, pillow, QQ reading Yanjun. A set of acrylic clips, Xiao, Xiangmuhan, Xiao, Xiang stories are simple, QQ reading mango bubbles. Ba and postcard set, QQ reading supper, red sleeved Ying's Hiwa, Xiao, Xiang small mushroom muxi. The rest are looting. The management of the fan list and monthly ticket list will be announced in the comment area. For the winning baby, please read the lottery announcement and contact the management address within a week. There will be a raffle later. See you tomorrow. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Qing Qian. Chapter 316. Miss Si, otherwise I'd better quit. Jingzhou pursed his lips and looked firm. They've already set their sights on me. If they don't succeed this time, they will definitely not give up. Ji's family is a wealthy family in the 4 and 9 cities, with a wide network of contacts, and ordinary people like them can't fight against it. So even if he is talented in esports, he can't compete with the powerful Ji family. The Ji family didn't succeed this time, and there will be another time. He didn't want to cause trouble to Si fucking. It was originally his own business, and it had already implicated Zhang Changfeng. Jingzhou felt ashamed. Quit. Si fucking turned his head and said in a cool tone, why did you quit? It's not your fault, the Ji family is suppressing you so much, you have to stand on the stage of the global finals, so that the audience looks up to you. I know. Jingzhou gave a wry smile, a little dejected. I'm afraid I won't be able to wait for that day. Don't worry, I'm here. Si fucking looked at Zhang Changfeng and nodded. How many days can it be cured? Zhang Changfeng pondered for a moment. It can be recovered in 24 hours, and a bone fracture can take 6 hours. The life and death of the Divine Doctor League is no joke. Okay, I fucking nodded slightly. You guys have a good rest, they don't dare to mess around here in the hospital. She didn't stay any longer, pushed the door and left. Jingzhou didn't have time to stop her. They all knew that Si fucking was very busy, and he went to Machin with the crew today. But because the team members were injured, she rushed back without a break. Where are you going now? I'm going to get the medicine at home. Zhang Changfeng also stood up. This is pain reliever, you guys should take some first and get a good night's sleep tonight. He handed the medicine bottle he carried with him to Jingzhou and asked Jingzhou to distribute it to Yijinlin, and then left. The people who left the entire ward looked at each other in dismay. Broken bones for 100 days. What hurts is the delicate organ like the hand. Even if the operation goes well, there is no guarantee that there will be no sequelae. What kind of medicine can make a broken bone heal in 20 hours? Yijinlin scratched his head. Captain, Brother Zhang won't be some kind of immortal, right? Jingzhou recalled the scene where the electric rod and arm of the bodyguard melted, and his heart trembled. Maybe. I see that the netizens say that Brother Zhang and his sister are farmers. Yijinlin muttered. If they were farmers, I would be a worm in the fields gnawing the crops. Jingzhou fell silent. This farmer does seem unusual. He raised his head and his eyes became cold. Brother Zhang and I almost had a car accident. What's the matter with you? We didn't encounter the car. Yijinlin sighed. Someone came up and attacked our hand directly with an electric baton. They were all tall and big, and they didn't hide. Jingzhou's expression was even more convincing. Ji Boyan is really not giving up, really thinks that his Ji family can cover the sky with one hand. What can we do? Yijinlin shook his head. Although the Ji family is not the strongest, but the Yu family is also on the side of the Ji family. What can we do? Miss Si is not as simple as she seems. Jingzhou glanced at the door. Let's rest first. Tomorrow's game, it is estimated that I can only give up. Fortunately, the trials are based on points, and they can win them back later. Outside the hospital, Si fucking did not take a break, and rushed back from Machin after hearing the news. She originally wanted to race a car, but was stopped by Yumi. Si fucking opened the car door and sat on the co-pilot. Senior sister, it's been a long time since I've felt my muscles and bones, do you want to play? Huh, Yu Jian's eyes narrowed. Who is so bold to provoke you? Sijukan, Ji's family. Si fucking smiled slightly. Since they are so open and above board, what should I avoid? Understood. Yumi snapped his fingers. It's true that I haven't done it for a long time, I want to be active. Si fucking fastened his seat belt and pressed his index finger to his lips. SHH, don't let sister Sang know. Yu Jian raised her eyebrows and said slowly, I'm already surprised that you can listen to her. She came to the airport again with the fastest speed. Si Fu booked the nearest flight, and the two got on the night flight to Sijukan. 3 hours later, at 3 o'clock in the morning, the brothers and sisters arrived at Sijukan. Teams have specialized training bases. It wasn't long before the Ji family formed the team, only 2 years, but Ji Boyan spent a lot of money, especially on equipment. The training of the team is also very strict. At this time, there are still players fighting in the PK field. Ji Boyan answered the phone on the side. His expression was full of impatience, and he suppressed his anger. I want Jingzhou and that Zhang Changfeng. Their hand speed is high, it doesn't matter if the other team members are there, they are just a bunch of trash. What about the other group of people sent out? It's okay if they don't succeed, why is there no news? The secretary was also very puzzled. Master, their mobile phones can't get through. They may be afraid that the young master will blame them for running away. Run? Can the monk run the temple? Ji Boyan sneered. I think they don't want to live anymore. Send a few more people to make sure Jingzhou and Zhang Changfeng can't participate in tomorrow's trials. The secretary responded and went to prepare again. At the end of the call, Ji Boyan sneered, Fight with me. If Jingzhou obeyed and joined his team early, not only would he not do it, but he would treat him with courtesy. It's a pity that Jingzhou is young and energetic, and has never encountered true darkness. He will give the 5 states team a good experience. Ji Boyan left the training base, ready to go back to Ji's house. The Ji family has been in chaos for the past 2 days. Ji Qinggui was weak, and the Ji family was waiting for Master Mingdeng to come back, but news came from Guanghua Temple, saying that Master Mingdeng had no news or contact until now, so he had to plan for the worst. Ji Boyan never believed in these gods and ghosts. If Ji Qinggui's health is poor, then go to the hospital and find a master to squeeze a talisman and sing a few spells. What a joke. As Ji's family, Ji Boyan has never met Ji Qinggui. He didn't have any pity for Ji Qinggui, and whether he died or not had nothing to do with him. Ji Boyan got in the car, closed the door, and drove back to Ji's old house. At this time, it was as prosperous as 4 or 9 cities and there were no people. He was in a good mood and drove fast. Until he reached the wide suburbs, Ji Boyan stepped on the accelerator and accelerated again. But suddenly, OM! A car turned straight from the jungle on the right, did not stop, and hit Ji Boyan's car directly. Boom! Ji Boyan's car was knocked out 1 meter away in an instant, and the body was dented instantly. Ji Boyan himself was dazed by the impact, but fortunately a cushion popped out to block the strong impact. But even so, Ji Boyan's arm was broken in an instant. His head buzzed a few times, and he finally breathed in, his anger soaring, "You are courting death. Can you drive?" Ji Boyan was about to press the emergency button in the car when the body was suddenly hit again. This time, without the protection of the cushion, he was knocked out of the car door and rolled into the middle of the road. Ji Boyan was in pain all over, and he didn't have the strength to stand up at all. No matter how awake his mind is, he now understands that this is specifically for him. To let him know who it is, he must have destroyed this person. Ji Boyan trembled to touch the phone, and footsteps stopped in front of him. Then his hand was stomped hard. Ji Boyan screamed. "I fucking stepped on his hand. If you like to waste other people's hands so much, why not try your own hands?" She worked hard under her feet, crushing Ji Boyan's metacarpal bones little by little, and then to the phalanges. Ji Boyan screamed and screamed, "Who are you? Do you know that I am Ji's family? You don't want to live anymore." He offended a lot of people, but they all lost their confidence to fight him after knowing that he was backed by Ji's family. Hearing this, I fucking bent down, and she laughed unhurriedly. "I know, if it wasn't for the Ji family, I could be more restrained." Ji Boyan struggled to open his eyes, but the blood on his forehead blurred his vision, so he couldn't see clearly. "Female. Which woman is so cruel? You Ji family are ruthless, I am even more ruthless." I fucking held the back of the knife, patted his face, and smiled. "I have killed a lot of people, and I am training myself recently, and you just bumped into it." She raised her foot and stepped on his other hand. Still crushed from metacarpal to phalanx. The double oppression of body and spirit made Ji Boyan unable to bear it any longer. He let out a shrill scream and passed out directly. I fucking only then pulled back. She kicked him a few times and said lightly, "Useless thing, third senior sister, let's go. This is the only way to go back to Ji's old house." She gave Ji Boyan a few breaths to keep him alive for a day. "Just throw it here." Ji unhugged his arms. "Aren't you afraid of trouble coming to the door?" "No one will believe him." I fucking blinked. "I'm in Machen to promote a drama, how can I come to Sijukan?" Ji untutade, "Your appearance is indeed very deceptive." The two of them didn't care about Ji Boyan, who fell to the ground and didn't know if he was alive or dead, and got into the car. The other side. Nanzhou, in the mountain village where the Magical Medical Alliance is located. Zhang Changfeng returned home. "Why are you back? Mother Zhang came out of the bedroom sleepily when she heard the movement. There is no place for you to live at home. You have to rest and go to the next village to squeeze with others. Is there no place to sleep? Zhang Changfen was polite. Mom, did you bring a dog or a cat from outside? Why are you talking nonsense? Jiang's mother was furious and lowered her voice. It was your sister who brought back a good-looking boy named Su Yang, who is a top-notch in the entertainment industry. This boy is so good-looking, I like it. Zhang Changfeng remembered the name Su Yang in his heart, and his face remained calm. Well, I see, I won't be staying here tonight, I'll leave after taking the medicine. At 11 o'clock in the afternoon, Zhang Changfeng returned to Anken. Jingzhou was taking care of Yi Jinlin and the others all night, and he didn't sleep a night. Seeing Zhang Changfeng coming back, he breathed a sigh of relief. Brother Zhang, it's really bothering you. It's all teammates, no trouble, Zhang Changfeng said lightly. He took out the medicine and began to apply medicine to several wounded. An hour later, Sci-Fi also came back, this time with Ji Xingzi. Miss Si. Yi Jinlin struggled to get out of bed, but was pushed back by Zhang Changfeng. He was very ashamed. Miss Si, none of us can play, what about tomorrow's game? There are also stakes in each tryout. Esports fans will choose their favorite team to bet on. The 5-state team won the first tryout beautifully, and many people bet on them. Yi Jinlin has read the news on the internet. Obviously, the Ji family is also in control, and many old esports fans have jumped out. Nowadays, people who watch esports are all followers, right? Do you know the various teams in our country? Do you know the inside story? If you don't know, then listen to me, don't overwhelm the 5-state team. The Ji family wanted to acquire the Wuzhou team for a long time, but Sci-Fi intervened. Think about it and know the consequences. This, Sci-Fi is also reckless when facing the Ji family, that is to meet the Yu family, that is, to meet the Yu family, that is, to meet all the wealthy families in Sichuan. He was originally the spokesperson of the Oracle, and his popularity has been opened well, why bother? Jingzhou was also a little regretful and involved Sci-Fi. It's okay, Sci-Fi patted Ji Xingzi on the shoulder. No, I brought you one more person, and now we have 4 people. Zhang Changfeng said coldly, we hit the spot. Ji Xingzi took a sigh of relief. I will play pharmacist as a nurse to replenish blood for you, right? What did you scare him for? Sci-Fi glanced at Zhang Changfeng. You said you wouldn't play assassin until the finals. Zhang Changfeng shrugged. Ji Xingzi was furious and was about to speak, when Yi Jinlin hesitated to speak, but even if Miss Si comes, you are still one person away. Not bad, Sci-Fi said, I have a younger sister, and I will call her too. Yi Jinlin nodded and breathed a sigh of relief. That's good. The door was knocked at this moment. People turned back. The man stood in the sunshine, so noble and handsome that he was not like a mortal. He was not in a hurry. The uniform, my size, do you have it? Good morning. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Qing Qian. Chapter 317. The whole room was silent. Even Sci-Fi was startled. Boss, why are you here? Come here to supervise the staff. Yu Zion hummed lightly. I just heard that you are short of people. I will be fine tomorrow. Do you mind if I help? Sci-Fi really didn't want to call Yu Zion. There is no challenge in the tryouts, unless you encounter a strong team like Galaxy. It would be too much of a fuss to let Yu Zion do it. Kill a chicken with a bull's knife. She was going to call Yu Tang because the national competition could give Yu Tang more quality points, which would be helpful for the selection of scholarships. Sci-Fi responded slowly, but noticed his legs first. She frowned and asked in a 2-person voice, you're not in a wheelchair. She also knew why Yu Zion still showed her disability even though her legs had recovered. Because he belongs to the Yu family, and there are too many people staring at him. In the eyes of outsiders, He has no threat, so he can save a lot of unnecessary trouble. Uzian sat down beside her, her slender legs crossed, and she smiled lightly. I believe you, the person you're looking for, I naturally believe it, it's fine here. He spoke lightly, as if it didn't matter. But Si fucking knew that nothing was more powerful than trust. She also knew how heavy the words I believe in you were. In this world, she can completely hand over her back and weaknesses, except for Ye Wanlin and Lu Qingning, only Yu Huixiu is left. She looked stunned, her eyes slightly condensed. Well, you can trust me. Jingzhou broke the silence. Miss Si, who is this? Ah, this is my big sponsor. Si Fu collected his thoughts and turned his head. Didn't I tell you at the time to try to add the 9 gods to our team? I originally thought of letting him come in the finals, but I didn't expect that. He's here now. Uzian nodded. I look up to you for a long time. The room was dead silent again. Jingzhou. Zhang Changfeng. He wanted to swear. Now the game god, is this true in reality? There are also a lot of speculations about the 9 gods in the forum. 90% of people think that Zhu Shen is an otaku with severe social phobia. Otherwise, why do you always work alone and never communicate with others? Jingzhou was dumbfounded, and after a long while, he held back a sentence. So the gossip on the forum is actually true. 9 gods and 9 gods really have a leg. Even looking at this situation, there is more than one leg. Celebrities taboo the word gold master, but Si fucking is so calm. Jingzhou glanced at Uzian without a trace. It does appear to be just a literal gold lord. But Uzian caught this look. He turned his head slightly and looked over. The man's eyes are very calm, but inexplicably oppressive. Jingzhou is only 18 years old, so it is naturally difficult to resist. He avoided it in time, feeling a little embarrassed. I'm Jingzhou, I don't know how to address you, the great god. Uzian said lightly, my surname is Yu, and I'm ranked 9th. Yu, Jingzhou instantly remembered the Yu family in Sijukan, but he didn't ask further. I'm sorry, Mr. Yu. Uzian, it's okay. Tomorrow's opponent is the Xing Ming team. Zhang Changfeng also calmed down and transferred the information to the computer. The strength of the captain and vice-captain is relatively high, the hand speed is close to 380, and the hand speed of the other players is around 320. Isn't this the eldest brother who wins alone? Ji Xingzi was bored. We just need to make up the numbers. 5v5 team battles must have 5 people, otherwise they will be judged to abstain. Zhang Changfeng nodded. It's true that 9 alone is enough, but you can't suppress your opponents too much, give them some confidence. He was very skilled in arranging tactics, and Ji Xingzi was sleepy. Here, Si fucking held his chin. Boss, will you be a little handsome if you play? Uzian raised her eyebrows. Not in a hurry, I thought you would say a lot, not a little. You know that too. Si fucking looked serious. Anyway, there is no rule that you can't wear a mask to play games. You put on your mask and don't disturb other people's thoughts. Uzian supported her head, including yours. Not included, Si fucking immediately dismissed. I am immune to your face. Uzian nodded slightly, and he laughed softly. Really? Damn. Don't laugh. Si fucking picked up the pillow and smashed it over. I will find out later that you lied to me and your face won't work anymore. Uzian grabbed the smashed pillow with one hand and sighed softly. Well, I'll try my best to be as useful as possible. Si fucking clapped his hands. She turned around and saw Zhang Changfeng and Ji Xingzi both staring at her. Looking a little weird. What are you looking at? Haven't you seen employees resisting the capitalists? Si fucking was expressionless. Everyone wears masks, it just so happens that we are the Wuzhu team. I ordered a batch of Yinhuang masks, put them on, and this will be what's your opinion on our logo. Hearing this sentence, Uzian raised her eyes and said, not bad idea. Ji Xingzi shivered. Immortals fight, mortals suffer. In front of the two bosses, he didn't dare to fart at all. How dare he have an opinion? Zhang Changfeng, no opinion. He looked at the comments on Zhang Changning's Weibo asking him to undress, and he had a headache. It was a good idea to cover his face. After lunch, Yu Xian left the training base. Ninth brother, are you really going to play games? Feng San was waiting in his car. He said tentatively, if the patriarch and the great elder know this, they will go crazy. Yeah, Yu Xian leaned on the car seat and closed her eyes lightly. I can't help you much, just play games. Feng San nodded and expressed his understanding. Actually, brother Ju, you can just call Miss Si, and there is no need to make a trip in person. A trip is still necessary. Yu Xian still closed his eyes and rested. Check the post. Feng San. He saw that Miss Si was very dedicated and not lazy. He just had a soft spot for bricks. How did he get to the point of being investigated? Feng San said cautiously, ninth brother, don't put too much pressure on Miss Si, or what if someone runs away? Yu Xian finally opened her eyes and said, drive. Feng San's hand trembled and immediately stepped on the accelerator. He decided to remain dumb. On the other side, Sijukan. Ji Boyan never went to the training base, and the team coach couldn't contact him, so he had to contact Ji Longta. Ji Longta took the escort out to find someone. Before walking far, he found Ji Boyan lying in the grass by the roadside. He was in a coma, and his hands were bloody. Judging from the dryness of the blood, he was thrown here in the early hours of the morning. This is simply a dazzling demonstration. Who is so bold to cause trouble at Ji's door? Ji Longta was furious. He first asked the guard to take Ji Boyan to the hospital, and then called all Ji Boyan's men. What's going on? Ji Longta patted the table heavily. How did you take care of your young master? It has always been a pity that he has no children. Although Ji Boyan is his nephew, he has always been treated as half his own. Ji Boyan formed a team, and he also invested a lot of money. Now that Ji Boyan is injured like this, Ji Longta can't hold back his anger at all. Mr. Ji, I went to Ankan yesterday on the orders of the young master, and I only came back this morning. The secretary was also very frightened. Recently, the young master of the Apaldaxia district is usually only at the training base and will not go anywhere else. Check it out for me. Ji Longta was furious. Find out who did it, and send it to the Qinjun League immediately. He wanted to see who was so courageous and dared to go against the Ji family. Also, what's the matter with going to Ankan? Ji Longta's eyes were gloomy. Is there anyone in Ankan who doesn't have eyes? The secretary told the story again. Ji Longta frowned. Ji Boyan made it impossible for the people from the Wuzhu team to be abolished, but his own hands became like this. To say that there is no relationship between these two things, he would not believe it 100 times. Definitely not a coincidence. But the Wuzhu team has such great ability. If there is, it will not be suppressed by Ji Boyan for a year. Sci-fucking. Ji Longta put his hands behind his back and his eyes became more gloomy. Check her for me. You said that several people in the Wuzhu team have broken bones. She must be in the game tomorrow. She can't leave Sijukan until the matter is clarified. Even if Sci-fucking was the Oracle's spokesperson, he had to pay for it. The next day, the 5-state team set off. The trials were held in Sijukan, with a total of 4 sub-venues, and the 5-state team was in the 3rd sub-venue. This is live broadcast. 4 trials were played at the same time, with the largest number of people watching the 5-state team. The audience also found that the players of the 5-state team were wearing masks today. The players are all sitting, wearing masks and earphones, and they are in the same uniform, so they can only tell their gender. Sci-fucking didn't need to identify her, she was the only girl in the entire team. I really believe that Sci-fucking is a true fan of Emperor Yin, and he has to wear the mask of Emperor Yin to play games, not only for himself, but also for others. Wait, have you changed someone? In addition to SI fucking, at least two have been replaced. The one on the left can't tell any difference, but the one next to SI fucking looks a bit handsome in appearance. How come I can't see anything? I can only see that the hands are pretty good looking. Where is this great god dug from? This fighting style seems a little familiar. I ordered you to take off your masks. I'm used to seeing SI fucking's face. Is it possible that he will be scared? There is no suspense in this tryout. The Wazoo team still crushed the opponent with an absolute advantage and got a full score. This is our teacher C's first debut in the audition. The host laughed. Mr. SI has many fans in the entertainment and esports circles, and there are a lot of them today. Teacher SI can say whatever he wants. Tell them. There were a lot of spectators sitting at the scene, holding support signs. SI fucking took off his mask and said hello. Cheers came and went from below. There's nothing to say, then everyone is welcome to watch my first TV series Dragon Crossing on January 20th. I play the heroine Sui Yan. SI fucking took it easy and laughed lazily. I don't have the money to advertise more, so I'll advertise it a little here. Everyone walks by, don't miss it. Audiences. Musi, this woman is taking our life again. Being a fan of SI fucking is easy, but sometimes it is difficult. I have already prepared it, I will definitely watch it. I don't watch Demon Crossing. January 20th is also the date when Tong's De Zhao Dynasty will be released. Whoever watches Xiangxia is fictional. It depends on the history of our country. Xiangxia is bloody and bloody, unbearably. The Great Zhao Dynasty and Dragon Crossing were released at the same time, then the ratings of Crossing the Devil are in danger, and SI fucking's luck is not very good this time. I'm also looking forward to Teacher C's drama. The host sent SI fucking down and repeated, everyone remember, on January 20th, Dragon Crossing will be released. In the backstage lounge, SI fucking took off his team uniform and put on a dress. Today is also the last stop of the roadshow promotion for Dragon Crossing, which happens to be in Sijukan. Working as a worker, time is so tight. Sang Yanking and Yu Jian came to pick her up. SI fucking got into the car. I won, no challenge. Congratulations, congratulations. Sang Yanking held the tablet. It just happens that the announcement will be made tomorrow, so I'm busy again. SI fucking stretched his waist. Sister Sang, I believe you are the first agent of Daxia. Sang Yanking, don't give me a hat. Dragon Crossing and De Zhao Dynasty were released at the same time, and the topic was very high. The two fans didn't deal with it either, and they were fighting each other these days. Until 12 o'clock noon, the announcement of the finalization of De Zhao Dynasty was issued. At official Weibo, the historical drama De Zhao Dynasty starring at Tong Luyun will be broadcast in prime time from January 20th, so stay tuned. I saw the news released by the marketing account. Isn't Dragon Crossing going to be released on Daxiatai, so it's just SI fucking's fans blowing? See you tomorrow. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Qing Qian. Chapter 318. I also saw the news released by the marketing account. They all said that Dragon Crossing was going to be released on the Daxia stage. They also said that SI fucking has no money and no marketing, so don't expect anything from the stars. Isn't it simple? If you were Daxiatai, would you choose Tong Luyun, the leader of the four famous actresses with guaranteed ratings, or SI fucking, a new film and television star who has no foundation in TV dramas? Moreover, it is easier to get stars when the historical script is written. I admit that Tang Haiqiu's drama is very guaranteed, but Su Ce, the director of De Zhao Dynasty, is also a veteran director. No one has seen his Zhongjia Zhong now. Crossing the Devil must have been sent for trial in the end, but it just didn't pass. If the competitors were anyone else, During the Demon would definitely be released, but there is no way. Tong Luyun, Now the new generation of stars together are not enough to follow her compare. It's rare, I finally see Sci-Fi's fans being slapped in the face, I feel proud. There are many stars in Sci-Fi's generation, and many of them are from child stars, with a deep foundation, such as Beyoncé and Song Yanzi. No one expected that a Sci-Fi would emerge from the sky. The peers in the entertainment industry are all competitors. It's okay to have different genders, and the division of resources is also different. The competition is not so fierce. Most of the male stars still take a wait-and-see attitude, and many teams of female stars have begun to launch the army to contact the marketing account to add fuel to the flames. As for Shangtong Luyun, Sci-Fi would lose his skin even if he didn't die. This is a good opportunity, they just have to sit on the mountain and watch the tiger fight. In Sci-Fi's super words, the mooses were very angry. I'm so pissed off, the marketing account is taken out of context every time. We didn't say that it would definitely be released on the Daxia stage, we just speculated that it might be possible, and these black fans and keyboard warriors will just beep. Small things, don't panic, the studio doesn't panic, what are we panicking about? I suspect that the studio has not spoken for so long, maybe it is holding back. But the mooses didn't have a clue in their hearts. Of several TV stations, Daxia station is absolutely dominant, followed by Xinguang station. But Xinguangtai can't compare with Daxiatai. The Moos also understand that the ratings of Dragon Crossing and the Zhao Dynasty will be affected at the same time. Sci-Fi really started out as a traffic star, and most of his fans are students. When the winter vacation is officially rare, the mooses decide to watch it every day. At 2 o'clock in the afternoon, the final publicity of Crossing the Devil was officially held in the southeast corner of Sijukan. After the actors interacted, it was time for the media interviews. Emperor Mo played the role of Immortal Venerable in Crossing the Devil, and he had a lot of opposite scenes with Sui Yan, the heroine played by Miss Si. An entertainment reporter asked, "Did Miss Si feel stressed during the confrontation process?" Difficult to play. Even if people with low emotional intelligence have strength, they will not be in the entertainment industry for long. Sci-Fi was so hot that many people stared at her. Whenever she said a word wrong, she could immediately make the headlines. Mo Yishan frowned and looked at Yuji. Is this really not yin and yang to him? Who is the most stressed? Sci-Fi calmed down and said, "Movie Emperor has taught me a lot of acting skills, and acting is an actor's basic ability." Mo Yishan also smiled, "I'm looking forward to working with Teacher Si in movies in the future." Yuji asked a few more questions about hiding the knife in secret, but they were all blocked by Sci-Fi with ease. After this interview, Mo Yishan stepped down. When he came to the backstage lounge, he was a little strange. "What acting skills did I teach you?" Sci-Fi looked serious, "Teached me how to gain momentum?" Mo Yishan, "You'd better kill me." At the front desk, Tang Haiqiu was stopped again. "Director Tang, do you regret using newcomers to lead the way?" An entertainment reporter insisted. "If Dragon Crossing can't be starred like Ji Unxian, can a new wave of immortals still be set off? If Yu Gu's Hainan is chosen, maybe it will be shown on Daxia stage, do you regret it?" Everyone in the circle also knows that Gu's Hainan has some relationship with the Li family, otherwise they would not have won the Golden Flower Award from Chen Yuqiao at that time. When this question came out, everyone was in an uproar. Although the media is very concerned about this matter, it is only vaguely mentioned. Obviously, the entertainment reporter who asked the question was inserted by a certain star team. One question directly pulled Sci-Fi, Gu's Hainan, and Tong Luyun into the water. "I don't regret it, only Teacher Si can pick this big beam, and others can't pick it up. She is Suiyan, and Suiyan is her, and no one else can play it," Tang Haiqiu said slowly. "As for whether the new wave of immortal heroes can be set off, it also depends on whether the current audience still has a warm heart." He pushed his glasses. "Oh, the last question, If Daxiatai meets the schedule I requested, I will regret it. This answer is more straightforward than Yuji's question. Even Yuji, who asked the question, didn't expect Tang Hikyu to be so rigid. Today's promotion ended soon, and the crew returned to the hotel. Just as Tang Hikyu sat down, he was hurriedly found by Director Chin. "Old Tang, you're crazy." Director Chin was in the audience. He was shocked when he heard it, but he couldn't stop Tang Hikyu. "We have a lot of departments, and even I have to go to the audit department to discuss the schedule. If you say that, this is a blatant provocation, and if you make a drama in the future, you will definitely not be able to show it on stage." "I'm telling the truth." Tang Hikyu was slow and calm. "Really, if you hadn't told me that the prime time was occupied by another film, I didn't expect to get a better release date. If the time slot is not occupied, can he fucking make a move?" Xing Guangtai, Director Chin disagreed. Xing Guangtai is not linked to mainstream awards. Many mainstream awards are selected by Daxiatai. You don't think about yourself, you also think about Miss Si, and she also has the variety show is about to shoot. Tang Hikyu was silent for a while. Yes, fortunately it wasn't her who asked this question. If she was, the other party would have to sit on the ground and cry on the spot. Director Chin. It is indeed the style of she-fucking. It's not just the Starlight platform. Tang Hikyu patted him on the shoulder. "I signed a non-disclosure agreement, don't be scared when it's announced." His heart has healed, and he'd love to see other people's hearts burst. On the other side, the first hospital of Sijukan. Ji Boyan is still in a coma, just out of danger. Seeing the attending physician coming out of the ICU, Ji Longta immediately stepped forward. "Doctor, how is it? Can my nephew's hand be saved?" "Mr. Ji, the people who started the attack are more ruthless. We can't judge what tool can destroy Master Beyond's hand like this." The attending doctor took off the mask. "The bones are all broken, and they are too clean to be recovered. The nerves were also destroyed and the limbs had to be amputated. Not even if it was run over by a car." The attending physician could not imagine what Ji Boyan had experienced. Hearing this sentence, Ji Longta's eyes darkened. "Amputation? Wouldn't the amputation be just like the one in the Yu family's wheelchair, a crippled person? And the hands are too important. Without the legs, I can walk in a wheelchair, and without the hands, I can't even eat. If the limb is not amputated, the cells will be further necrotic, and the entire arm will be amputated." The attending doctor euphemistically said, "Please make a decision as soon as possible, Mr. G. The medical resources of the number 1 hospital in Sijukan are guaranteed, which is difficult for Jilongta to accept, but he can only choose to sign." The attending physician went on to perform amputation on Ji Boyan. Jilongta's voice was gloomy. "Have you found it?" "No." On the side, the secretary shook his head. "The surveillance camera is broken, and there are no other traces around. The fingerprints and footprints have also been cleaned up." "Broken?" Jilongta frowned. "Is it impossible to repair it?" "It can't be repaired." The secretary pursed his lips. "It's completely destroyed." Jilongta's face sank. This was a premeditated attack. The attackers are also very knowledgeable about detection and anti-stalking. "Place an order at T18." Jilongta walked around with his hands behind his back, gritted his teeth. "No matter how much you spend, you must restore the monitoring. The price of a single T18 list is not low." This time, 5 million went out, and Jilongta was a little bit hurt. But there is no way, this is to hit Ji's face. The fact that Ji Boyan entered the hospital and his hands were abolished could not be concealed. The Ji family's face was dull and it became a joke. The secretary nodded and went down to prepare. On the internet, today's interview with the crew of Dragon Crossing has begun to spread like crazy. Especially the last paragraph of Tang Haikyu's words. A sentence that offended many people. Fucking supposing team was also stunned. Tang Haikyu has always been prudent and reserved, how could he say such a thing? Isn't this just handing them knives? Needless to say, soon, many entries were on the hot search. Hashtag Tang Haikyuu bluntly said that during the demon does not need to be released on Daxiatai hashtag. Hashtag only SI fucking can play crossing the devil hashtag. Hashtag SI fucking, Tong Luyun hashtag. This time, I didn't need to take the marketing account out of context, Tang Haikyuu said it clearly. Netizens were shocked. Is Daxiatai not worthy? It's too crazy, my drama can't be on the Daxia stage, I'm incompetent and furious. I would like to see which channel Crossing the Devil will be released on, which can make Tang Haikyuu so crazy. Originally, I had a good impression of Tang Haikyuu because of Sword Immortal, but now my good impression is almost gone. This time I offended Daxiatai, and it will be difficult to think about Tang Haikyuu's dramas in the future. The director in charge of reviewing the filming of film and television dramas did indeed see this interview with Tang Haikyuu, and with the help of a caring person, his anger suddenly exploded. What's wrong with the yin and yang of the cast of Dragon Crossing? The director slapped the table. Why, do you really expect me to choose them? I put Tong Luyun as a 3 gold actress and don't choose me to choose a newcomer? They think they are awesome. As long as you have a little brain, you will know how to choose. And they have also cooperated with Tong Luyun many times, of course, they prefer Tong Luyun. He doesn't care about the ranking of variety shows, no matter how powerful the variety show boss fucking is, what does it have to do with TV dramas? Teacher Tong's ratings are very guaranteed, the vice president smiled. Our choice is always correct, and the internet is also biased towards us, but they are so blatantly provocative, it is indeed too much. Of course I know, I can't swallow this breath. The director knocked on the table and asked the secretary to send a Weibo using his personal account. Very rude, reply directly. I don't choose Tong Luyun's 3 golden actresses, choose you, you have more face than Tong Luyun? This Weibo pushed the crew of Crossing the Devil to the highest point of public opinion. Yeah, don't people choose SI fucking after putting 3 golden shadows on Daxiatai, go crazy, SI fucking, don't abuse fans and solid fans, see through your routine. It should be so rigid, suppressing a certain actress, so crazy that I can't think that I am the best in the world. Ha 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 ha, the SI fucking team is going to be as quiet as a chicken now, it seems that they are going to issue a final announcement today, just wait. There was still no response from SI fucking studio. At 8 p.m., SI fucking logged onto Weibo and forwarded the fixed file publicity of Xin Guang channel. At official Weibo V, one thought becomes an immortal, another one becomes a demon, both immortals and demons, surrender to me. At 8 o'clock on January 20th at SI fucking starred in Crossing the Devil officially released, see you or not. See you or not. Looking forward to January 20th. The mooses came quickly, but this time there were too many people watching the fun, and they failed to suppress the comments of passers-by and black fans. Yo, is it the Starlight platform? I thought it was an amazing channel, but Tang Haikyuu dared to say something that he would regret if it was released on Daxia channel? Bragging about overturning, right, ha 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 ha, laughing to death. I see how crazy SI fucking is this time. 2 seconds later, SI fucking reposted another promotional Weibo. The same slogan, even the same picture. Netizens were wondering if SI Fu had retweeted one more promotional Weibo, until they saw the name of the owner of this promotional Weibo. IFTV. This is the abbreviation. Full name, International Film and Television Channel. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Qing Qian. Chapter 319. The International Film and Television Channel is directly under the International Film and Television Association and is available in every country and region. The TV dramas that can be featured on international film and television channels are also high-quality products in various countries and regions, and the censorship required is not less than that of Daxiatai, or even more. In recent years, there have been film and television dramas broadcast on IFTV in the Daxia Empire, but several old dramas are broadcast on a loop. It was only 35 years ago that a historical drama was released simultaneously at home and abroad, and the protagonist of this historical drama also had an unshakable position in the film and television industry. Sci-fi second retweet made the comment area explode. I'm blind, IFTV. Don't scare me, sister. Fake it, in order not to be ridiculed by the group, and not to register a Weibo account to support the scene. Do you know what IFTV is? The International Film and Television Channel is not something that a cat or a dog can pretend to be. It is absolutely impossible for an international film and television channel to release a new drama. The filming of Do Mo was only completed in early December, and domestic editing has been rushed. Where can I find a translator? A bunch of idiots. Wouldn't you click to see the certification? Still holding the keyboard and thinking that everyone is drunk and you wake up alone? Weibo authentication cannot be faked. The account was opened 10 years ago. The reason why IFTV's official Weibo fans are not many is that the account only posts the rankings of film and television dramas every day, and there is no other publicity, just like a zombie account. Netizens turned around and came back, all stupid. It's really IFTV. Sci-fi is so awesome. As far as I know, Tong Luyun is still in the world, so she will go directly to IFTV. If I were her, I would be crazy, and I would be mad at you keyboard warriors and baristas who only beep. What else do I care about the ratings? Even if the filming of Dragon Demon is rubbish, it will be picked up by IFTV. Is Dazeo Dynasty okay? If so, why didn't I see you guys on IFTV? I was so aggrieved just now, but now I'm finally relieved. People who watch your sister's jokes dare to fart. Does your face hurt? Global release, I ask who else? Director Tang is actually waiting for us here. Awesome. This is not only to set off a new wave of immortals in our Daxia, this is to tell foreigners that everyone in our Daxia knows Kung Fu, show them what it means to really fly. Netizens went to Tang Haikyu's Weibo to praise him for being awesome. Tang Haikyu. It's not what he did. If Daxiatai hadn't given out the schedule, maybe Sci-fi would have nothing to do. He would also like to thank Daxiatai well. Seeing the remarks that his heart couldn't bear to burst, Tang Haikyu was very satisfied and made himself a cup of tea leisurely. Dong dong dong. 20 minutes later, the door was knocked. Tang Haikyu went to open it. A breathless Director Chin was standing outside the door. He didn't even drive the car, he ran all the way from Daxiatai, and his whole body was covered in sweat. Old Tang, you're not being kind. Director Chin slammed a fist on Tang Haikyu's shoulder, and he was swearing, IFTV. Okay, you're hiding it hard enough. Not to mention the prime time, even if IFTV gives a late night and early morning time, he will definitely send the film non-stop. Director Chin also thought about a lot of channels, but he didn't think of IFTV. Simultaneous release at home and abroad is indeed not comparable to Daxiatai. You can handle IFTV. I heard that their director is very picky. Director Chin hated that iron was not steel. Why didn't you say it earlier? If you said it earlier, the audit side would have to kneel down and beg you. He had foreseen how good-looking the face of the review team was. Okay, I didn't do it. Tang Haikyu had a headache. It's teacher Si, she and Chu Lingyun are friends. Oh, she and Chu Lingyun are good friends, so that won't make IFTV. Chin Deo suddenly returned to his senses. With whom? Chu Lingyun. Tang Haikyu repeated, the one who won the Glen Best Director 3 times. Director Chin jumped up, friend. Why are you so excited? Tang Haikyu blew the tea. Look at your ambition, what is this? Director Chin, don't say you weren't excited at the time. I'm excited, Tang Haikyu leisurely said, but now I see you jumping around like monkeys. I'm happy. Director Chin. Ill. He wanted to strangle Tang Haikyu to death. And as director Chin expected, after IFT released the announcement of the final release of Dragon Crossing, the review of Daxiatai was in chaos. Director, something happened, the secretary came in a hurry, his voice trembling, Demon Crossing is going to be released worldwide. Global release, the director frowned, then sneered, the news is also compiled to a high level, and it's not a movie, where did the global release come from? Different countries and regions have different time differences, some can be separated by 12 hours. Which TV station can screen it globally? It's the real director, the secretary put down the computer and called up the announcement, IFT. IFT officially issued it, and someone abroad has also found the trailer for Demon Crossing. The picture is the announcement of IFT's new film schedule. Black and white is clear. Crossing the Devil will be released globally at 8 o'clock on January 20th. The director's casual expression condensed, and his expression changed greatly, this is impossible. He himself is the two-broer, and he knows how deep the water is. IFT also prefers serious dramas. The West Continent has filmed so many fantasy dramas, but none of them can be released on IFT. The secretary smiled bitterly, Director, it has been confirmed. The director's hand trembled and logged into Weibo. His message bar was full. The private letter comments are all 999 plus, and they are still improving continuously. Previously, when his Weibo post was posted, everyone was standing by him, asking him to suppress Sci-fi's arrogance. But now, it has become a group mockery. People don't choose IFT, they choose you. Sci-fi, I have a lot of face, and IFT deserves to be featured in my dramas. Who slaps who in the face, his face is almost gone, a filmmaker thinks he can represent Daxiatai. The director's anger was so urgent that his eyes couldn't help but go dark. Before he could take a breath, the phone rang. The director glanced at the caller ID and hurriedly answered, "Hello. Have seen the news. Are you satisfied? Are you happy?" The voice on the phone was lukewarm. "Apologize quickly. Otherwise, don't sit in this seat. Don't sit now, and you will be suspended for 3 months to check. It is about the reputation of Daxiatai, even if he is as tough as the director, he will be dismissed." The director's hand trembled, and the phone fell to the ground, limp all over. He never imagined that a single thought would cause such a big trouble. He doesn't regret choosing Tong Luyun, and regrets scolding Sci-fi's team online and smearing Daxiatai. It's over. The director stabilized his mind. "Tong, is there any movement from Teacher Tong?" "Mr. Tong is abroad and is still filming at this time." The secretary pursed his lips, the news should not have passed yet. The director wiped his sweat. Now he can only pin all his hopes on Tong Luyun. When the Great Zhao Dynasty is released and the ratings break the record, maybe he can be reinstated. 12 o'clock at night. Hashtag Dumo, global release hashtag. Hashtag Sci-fi Ching, just so crazy hashtag. Hashtag IFT hashtag. 3 hot searches, 3 hot words. The programmer brother increased the background load overnight. Sang Yanking Tutade, you are really incredible, you have bombed the entertainment industry several times this year. I've been busy for a few days, and I'm exhausted. Sci-fi stretched and took out the gaming helmet from his bag. I want to play games and relax for a while. She's been so busy these days that she doesn't have time to log into the game. She doesn't know how long it will be if she goes in again this time. Let's play less games. Sang Yanking folded his arms. You don't care if you play oracles, but you know it hurts you when you play the development game. No matter how good you are in the game, you can't see it in reality, don't. Too much investment. Sci-fi muttered, it's not fake, I can go to the tomb to see him. Sang Yanking. Poisoned. Forget it, seeing as she fought a beautiful battle today, she doesn't care. You can rest from tomorrow to the end of the month, Sang Yanking said before leaving. When it's time to record the birth of a staff, remember to restrain yourself, and don't blow up the entertainment industry. Sci-fucking made an okay gesture, quickly put on the game helmet, and entered Eternal. This time when he opened his eyes, he was not in the palace. It's a wild forest. The sound of horses' hoofs was astonishing. Sci-fucking saw the young man being chased. She obviously found that when she appeared, the boy's footsteps paused and he glanced at her. It was just like that, and the pursuers behind him chased after him. Sci-fucking's eyes narrowed, and he was about to step forward. But the boy had already withdrawn his sight, and avoided the attack on one side of his body. Then came a massacre. The unilateral massacre of the young Emperor Yin Huang. Sci-fucking has seen him read quietly, and he has also seen him cook seriously. Only killing is the first time I have seen it. He was silent, not saying a word. He didn't stop until the last man beheaded. The white clothes on his body were stained with blood, and the blood dripped down his wrist and landed on the ground. There was also blood on his handsome face, like an Azura evil ghost. In his hand is the dragon sparrow sword. The old emperor gave him this sword and hoped that he would die early. Although his eyebrows were still a little immature, he was already taller than her. Sci-fucking needs to raise his hand to wipe the blood from his face. He couldn't see her, he could only feel the wind blowing, very light and soft. His eyelashes trembled. I thought you wouldn't come, the young man said indifferently, but I'm also glad that you don't have to see my hands stained with blood and slaughter brothers in the future for more than a year. Sci-fucking was startled. He hasn't come for more than a year, isn't he already 13 years old? When Emperor Yin was 12 years old, the 18 sons began to win the heir. The eldest prince is the crown prince and is already 26 years old. Whether in terms of age or overall strength, he is the least outstanding one. Even the youngest 18th prince has an imperial concubine as the backstage. Only he has nothing. But he went from nothing to above 10,000 people. What has he been through? Today you showed up and caught me by surprise. The young man finally showed a faint smile. The sun is about to set, sit down. He pulled up his clothes and sat down. Sci-fucking also sat down and wiped his blood. There was no wound on his body, it was all other people's blood, which made her relieved. Another moment of silence. The young man said slowly, "Are you afraid just now?" Sci-fucking wrote on the ground. "Don't be afraid, I have also killed many enemies." The boy raised his eyebrows slightly, "So you can't be reincarnated and become a lonely soul?" Sci-fucking. There seems to be nothing wrong with this logic. Some people said I would go to hell. The young man looked calm. It's good after thinking about it. I can still see what you look like. At least you are a rare ghost who treats me well. Sci-fucking frowned. Will not. Sci-fucking thought for a while, and then wrote 6 more words on the ground. Fight the world, I will accompany you. Accompany you to rule the world and conquer the quartet. The boy's eyes suddenly darkened. He slowly raised his head and overlooked the vast Daxia 5 states from the top of the mountain. Okay. A gentleman promises 1,000 pieces of gold. What he promises, he will do. At this time, it is noon in the western continent. Tong Lu Yun just finished a play. She is still abroad, has jet lag, and has no time to pay attention to domestic affairs. As soon as she got back to the nanny car, she saw the assistant, the accompanying makeup artist, and the agent all looking at her with a hesitant expression. Tong Lu Yun took off her sunglasses, frowning indistinctly. What's going on? All this expression. Like a dead person at home. Tong, Sister Tong. The assistant murmured, and she moved her lips. The crew of Crossing the Devil and Crossing the Devil. What's wrong? Don't give up and step on me again. Tong Lu Yun sat down with an impatient look on her face. It's really annoying, I have a dog skin plaster, and I'm hot every day when I step on it, and I can walk independently by myself. No, Sister Tong, the assistant said in a difficult voice, look. She handed over the phone. Tong Lu-yun saw the most central word at a glance. News headlines, red and bold, show how excited the editor-in-chief is. Exposure. 35 years later, Daxia Film and Television once again appeared on IFTV, and the Xiangxia drama Dragon Crossing was released simultaneously domestically and internationally. After having everything taken away, she returns as a god. Author, Qing Qian. Chapter 320. There are a few lines below. The Oracle spokesperson Sci-fi leads the starring role. Mo Yishan actor friendship starred. Tang Haiqiu once again set off the wave of immortals. The most anticipated drama of the year. The accompanying picture shows Sci-fi wearing silver armor, holding a long sword, stepping on the fairy palace, overlooking all living beings. Impressive. Rao is Tong Lu-yun, who has been in the entertainment industry for more than 10 years, and her temperament has long since settled, and her head was buzzing with the news. Insiders know the status of IFT better than outsiders. She herself is a member of the International Film and Television Association. However, there are many members of the International Film and Television Association. There are hundreds of members in the Daxia Empire, and there are nearly 10,000 members all over the world. But even the works of core members have to go through rounds of review before they can be broadcast on IFTV. Sci-fi is a film and television newcomer, and he is nothing in internal entertainment. How can the first drama be directly on IFTV? Tong Lu-yun wanted to tell herself that it was fake, but her mind was very clear. No one dares to take IFTV hype. Some people have done this before, humiliated and directly thrown abroad, and was permanently blacklisted by the International Film and Television Association. Sang Yanking is Sci-fi's agent, and he clearly knows the stakes. Can only be true. Especially the comments under the news, everyone is stimulating Tong Lu-yun's nerves. Tong Lu-yun's team has overturned the car this time. It's true that they took the golden gear of Daxiatai, but they were directly overtaken by the juniors. Where did they put their faces? I have to say that Sang Yanking is really awesome, and the artists she brings are better than each other. I am optimistic about Sci-fi. She will definitely surpass Tong Lu-yun in the future. Crossing the Devil has been selected by IFTV. I estimate that Sci-fi can sweep the 3 awards of next year's TV series. The starting point is really incomparable. Looking at Tong Lu-yun's face, neither the assistant nor the manager dared to speak. After calming down for 3 minutes, Tong Lu-yun took a deep breath. I'm going out to film first. The agent pondered for a while. Well, you can film well, and leave the rest to me. Even so, he couldn't think of any way to make up for it. Tong Lu-yun nodded coldly, and before she went out, an actor who was filming with her ran in first. Tong, you guys from the Great Xia Empire are amazing. The blonde actor was very excited. This Sci-fi can actually be on IFTV. Is she the most powerful star in your country? Every country has its own A-list stars, but as long as they are not on the international stage, other countries will not recognize them. Tong Lu-yun is a ceiling-level figure in the Great Xia Empire, but she doesn't have much international fame. Lu Ningsheng won the Hera Music Award for singing the anniversary theme song of Oracle this year, and only began to be recognized internationally. Not everyone can reach the height of Yunlin. Tong Lu-yun squeezed her phone tightly and smiled. What? It's her. I know her face. She is the spokesperson of the Oracle. The blonde actor pointed to the login page of the Oracle. She's not yet 20 years old, and her achievements are so high, amazing. And she's too beautiful. I must watch this drama. If I can be on IFTV, I must be very capable. Tong, do you know her? Tong Lu-yun's voice was almost squeezed out of her teeth. I don't know, we have quite a lot of stars in Daxia. She originally wanted to say that Sci-fi was average, but the blonde actor decided that Sci-fi was very powerful. If she said that, it would only make her lose face. Okay, the blonde actor regretted, if you know her, Tong, you can bring me an autograph. After he went out, Tong Lu-yun said coldly, close the door. Assistant to close the door. Boom. Tong Lu-yun smashed her phone out, she couldn't restrain her anger at all. From the beginning to the end, she never took Sci-fucking in her eyes. Not to mention comparing with a newcomer, even comparing with Mo Yishan and Guz Hainan, it is her self-imposed identity. In China, she has been invited to Glen to participate in the red carpet several times. Can others compare? But this time, everyone was telling her that she lost to a newcomer. Remove, calm down. The agent handed over a glass of water. I guess it was Sang Yanking who died and became a living horse doctor, and reported dragon crossing to IFTV, but luckily he was picked on. Yours, the strength is there, and no one can move it. No one can move, Tong Lu-yun laughed angrily. You haven't seen the comments on the internet, saying that she can surpass me within a year, a joke. I have been on this road for more than 10 years. When she was acting, Sci-fucking didn't know where she was playing in the mud. On the internet, just look at the comments. Those netizens are just trash, scolding you 1 second, and blowing you the next. The agent shook his head, meaningfully. You play the queen of the great Zhao dynasty, it's a gold medal director team again, and the ratings are only high and not low. Ratings are the only data to test the strength of an actor. When the two dramas are released at the same time, you will know whose joke to watch. The higher you stand, the harder you fall. Brokers know this very well. I know. Tong Lu-yun narrowed her eyes. I will let my friends in the circle promote it. Compared with her connections, Sci-fucking couldn't compare to her. At this time, Sci-fucking was still in the holographic game. She sat next to the young Emperor Yin Huang, watching the sun set with him. Little by little the sun was sinking, and the setting sun was completely dissipated. Night falls, and the stars are shining. You seem to be staying a little longer this time. He turned his head, and it was hard to tell the depth of his dark pupils. I haven't seen you for more than a year, so you went to practice. He met an Onmyoji a while ago. The Onmyoji told him that he probably met a floating spirit, and some floating spirits used to deceive people. If they meet again, please behead them on the spot. He didn't trust anyone. In this world, the only person you can trust is yourself. But when the ghost wiped his blood, it seemed like something was collapsing bit by bit. Sci-fucking couldn't explain the game, let alone say it, so he gave a positive answer. Oh, the young man's voice was fluttering. Then I'm looking forward to it. I heard that you will retain the appearance of death when you become a ghost. I don't know if you are a decapitated ghost or a Caesarean ghost. Sci-fucking. How did she think that Emperor Yin was a black sesame dumpling? Is it black inside? Forget it. What can I do when I see myself growing up? Can only listen. Let's go. He coughed lightly and stood up. I'll go back to change clothes. Today is UN. Yeah, I'll take you to go shopping on the street. The Lantern Festival is the most important festival in the Great Xia dynasty. It continues to this day and is the Lantern Festival on the 15th day of the lunar calendar. The streets are all in pairs, and small traders and hawkers are shouting. The boy was still dressed in white, and he wore a mask. But the temperament of the whole body is not ordinary, and passers-by frequently look sideways, wondering if some young master ran out alone. He bought a candied haws and handed it to her. Sci-fucking took a bite. Sweet and sour, it melts in your mouth. In terms of food, Daxia people seem to have an innate talent. He seems to be enjoying this feeding. Eat slowly. Sci-fucking quickly finished eating a candied haws. He went on to buy her other snacks. Sci-fucking raised his head. Thousands of lights shine on the trees, and the bright moon comes one by one. This is Yong'an, the imperial capital of the Great Xia dynasty, sheltering all the people. You are leaving. The young man stood with his hands behind his back, and suddenly said, "I will wait for you." His eyes were dark, as if he could see through everything. He doesn't have to show any superfluous emotions, the Emperor's aura is already natural. Returning to the login space again, the game system prompts her that the next time she can enter is 7 days later. Sci took off his gaming helmet and lay on the bed, rarely losing sleep. She thought she was just a passerby in the young Emperor Yin's life. The old emperor was incoherent, and he levied taxes wildly, but the treasury was depleted. The princes from all over the country are recruiting troops and horses, waiting for an opportunity to enter Yang'an city in one fell swoop. But after Emperor Yin ascended the throne, everything turned into a phantom. He suppressed the imperial court by means of thunder, drove out the barbarians, recovered the 10 kingdoms of the princes, and unified the 5 states of Daxia. He has his grand ambitions. He was originally going to conquer the world. But a year and a half later, he not only remembers her, but is still waiting for her. The system also never warned her that she had changed the historical track. Yin Huang is still the Yin Huang who is engaged in business. This somewhat reassured Sci. She turned over and took out her mobile phone to contact Ji Xingzi. 9. Is there any new gameplay in Eternal? G. No, there is no need to develop it. The Eternal continent has not been fully explored for so many years. Sci was thoughtful. Indeed. Even she hadn't gone deep into certain places. And after Ye Wanlin and Lu Qingning died, unless necessary, she and Yu Huixu logged into Eternal less and less often. It seemed that this time travel gameplay was indeed customized for her alone. Then be more careful. Sci touched his chin. She couldn't cook, but she was good at weaving. When she enters the game next time, she knits a dragon robe for him and watches him start his career. Raising children, or raising an emperor, no one can experience such happiness. Sci put down the phone and quickly fell asleep. The next day, Sci slept until the afternoon before waking up. She stretched and moved her shoulders. There has been no announcement in the past few days, and Sang Yanking doesn't care about her. Little junior sister, there's work to do. Yu Jian knocked on the door and came in, with raised eyebrows. Ji's family has placed a D-level order to find out who the murderer was that night. Class D, Sci wiped his hair. So poor? Did Ji Qinggui make more money for the Ji family? Earned, Yu Jian shrugged, but it also cost a lot to buy medicine. Who knows, do you take orders? Of course I'll take it. Sci raised his eyebrows. It's just a little bit less, so let's make pocket money for the second senior brother. Okay, Yu Jian nodded, but if they want to resume monitoring, they probably won't be able to. Even the senior investigator of T18 could not restore the surveillance that the little junior sister personally erased. Soon the order was taken, and 5 million was credited in real time. Sci and Yu Jian went to the cafeteria on the first floor of the hotel to eat. 10 minutes later, Ji Longta came with someone. You are Sci, right? He glanced at Sci up and down with a scrutiny. His eyes became more and more unhappy. You are the captain of the Wuzhu team, you know why I am looking for you. Sci drank the juice. I don't know. Don't pretend to me here, Ji Longta sneered. Don't think I don't know that Beyond Boyan's injury is related to you. You'd better come with me now, or you will know the consequences. This is the 4-9 cities. Can Sci turn the sky over? Tsukimi's hand holding the cup tightened, and the cup could already see cracks. Sci squeezed his wrist and said calmly, okay, I'll go with you. She is not light, even if the best doctor in the world is invited, Ji Boyan's hands will not be restored. Go and see the fun. It's quite interesting. Ji Longta is still cold, you better not make any small moves. T18 has already accepted the order. Even if you erase the traces, they can trace it? Sci showed no expression. After that, Ji Longta was also a little impatient. What did he and Si fucking talk about? A star, can he know the power of T18? There is nothing in the world that cannot be cracked by T18. The phone just rang. G Longta picked it up. Hello, hello, have you checked it out? The other party didn't know what to say. G Longta was incredulous, absolutely impossible. Your technology is at the forefront of the world, how can you not even recover the monitoring? If you can't recover, you will withdraw the list. Why don't you take his money and not work? The other party said that T18 never refunded. I'm going to contact your higher UPS to complain about you. G Longta's face flushed. Just wait. Which executive in T18 do you want to contact? Hearing this, Si fucking put the phone on the table and tapped, speak out, I'll help you. Good morning.